Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Pimp on a Blimp, primetime 99, coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. Of course, I got to get the mic a little closer. So, right now, we are waiting for President Joe Biden to do his big boy press conference. And I'm kind of worried how it's going to be. And I got this hair clip that my green screen's been kind of messing up. This hair clip has always helped it. So maybe it'll help us with this debate if I can get all my hair to clip over here. Should I do it like maybe I'll go this way with it? Does that look better? If I clip it like that, does that look good? How does that look? More presentable? My green screen's going crazy. Look at my hair. I'm having bad hair days left and right. I got to get it fixed. It's just, I'm afraid to cut it. I don't want to lose it. It looks good? Okay, yeah. Somebody says it looks amazing. All right, I'll take it. Look at Jimmy gassing me up. Looks incredible. Thank you. How does the audio? Is the audio okay? Sometimes we have issues with the audio. Check, microphone check. Look at all the cat hair on this. When you guys live in a cat paradise, look, this is all cat hair. Look at this. It just comes off. Look at that. You guys ever seen anything that disgusting in your life? Because I got a cat right here. Look. I got a cow right here. Now I'm going to wake him up. He's probably going to knock over the green screen. He's literally freaking on the table. Look, he's growling. If I kind of just rub his leg enough, he'll... Look at him. Kyle, give him a hiss. Hiss for him. One hiss. Look at this cat control. There we go. That's a good hiss. Look at that. Now look at my jacket. How are we supposed to do a freaking presidential press conference? Now I'm covered in orange hair. I look like Carrot Top. Babe, do we have a lint roller in this BR? Look at all this damn hair on the Pimp on a Blam. Dog. It's in my mouth too now. It's in my freaking mouth. Thank you, My girl, prepaid wireless. Always there for me. Where's the freaking... And then Kyle's still here. Kyle. Yeah, did you guys see he called Vladimir Zelensky Vladimir Putin? Here, I'll pull that up. Let me just get ready. I know the press conference is going to start in 3 minutes. And we can, after the press conference, we can go back and look at some of his biggest gaffes already at the NATO meeting or UN meeting, whatever it was. Who the hell gives a damn anymore? Green jacket, blue jacket, who gives a shit, right? That's from Happy Gilmore. But it's kind of a profound statement. Now, the worst is the cut hair on my face. My face is just like my face is itchy. I got to let roll my face to get some of the cut hair mixed with the human hair. Oh, yes, and we will be in, where is it? Tampa, Florida, tomorrow morning. We were supposed to go tonight, and then the reason why we're doing the show tonight in the home studio, you're probably like, what? This is different, Alex. Well, Blaze TV is launching a new show, Blaze News Tonight, and they have to cover the election. I mean, I keep saying the election. They have to cover the press conference. And it was running over during our show. So I just said, hey, look, let's call an audible. We can react to it at the house. We can go live a little earlier. I know our schedule's been a little different lately. It's because the Blaze is adding more shows. So that might mess with our schedule a little bit. That is what it is. And Pimp on a Blimp's not going to hate because I'm still going to come here and connect with the audience. As a matter of fact, we're going to be able to connect better, right? Because look, I can add now when I'm running the show. Look, we got Morgan, the top chat right in there. Look, we got Scott Starboard up in there saying hi to Paige. Look at that. Oh, and I will be in Seattle, Washington, September 26th. I might get on the 25th, or I might get the day of and leave the day after. I don't know. I don't know what my full schedule is going to be, but I know that I will be in Seattle, Washington, University of Washington, in Tacoma. Is that correct? Tacoma, I believe is where it's technically. I don't know that much about the Pacific Northwest. I know the Pac Northwest throws it down. I know they like to get drunk. I know they like to have fun up there. But honestly, I have not spent any time there. And I'm excited to go. They say it's incredibly beautiful, some of the most beautiful part of the United States of America. So I'm excited for that, to see how beautiful the freaking Pacific Northwest. Pac Northwest in the house. Where's my guy, Matt Adams? I let one of my kittens go to the Pacific Northwest. Isn't that funny? Now Matt Adams adopted Peanut. I think he calls it Lucius. Look at this. I love this. Sammy Cyrus. Love you, man. I've known you since the American Journal call-ins. Dude, I appreciate that. I love you back. And I mean that. I know a lot of people say I love you. No, but I honestly do love you. Like, if you were broken down on the side of the road, I'd figure out a way to help you out. I'd figure out a way to stop, pull my car over, and change your tire or jumpstart you, or at least call AAA. Okay. Look at this. What is this? What did I just get a freaking email saying? From Blaze, I think. Okay. Well, yes, I guess they're talking about how everybody's going after freaking. Even George Clooney is off the Joe Biden ticket. Can you guys believe that? Can you believe that? George Clooney? ER? You guys ever seen ER? It's one of the best hospital dramas in the history. Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13. Was there an Ocean's 14? Can the chat confirm? Chat, was there an Ocean's 14? Okay, listen, I'm just going to look myself. Was there an Ocean's 14? I believe there was, but I could be wrong. No, Ocean's 14 was not produced due to unfortunate death of Bernie Mac. You know, there's a whole conspiracy about Bernie Mac. We should get into the Bernie Mac conspiracy. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, no, there was no Ocean's 14. It stopped at the 13th. Unlucky 13. That's kind of sketch. That's Illuminati vibes. It's Illuminati vibes for show. Okay, now if I can just get out and back to this. All right, we definitely want to watch the press conference live as it happens. So we're just going to kind of keep it up. We're going to probably check out some other clips and stuff. I mean, he's having some crazy gas. I guess I could pull that up on Twitter, but I don't want that thing to start and then, you know, we miss it. But look at this. We probably have time.
Hand it over to the president of
Okay, let's see.
Of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
President Putin?
He's going to beat President Putin.
Yeah, you don't even know who you're talking to.
Focus on beating Putin. We got to worry about it. Anyway, Mr. President.
I'm better.
You are a hell of a lot better. And now I want to hand.
Look how he talks to him. I'm better. I'm better. I'm better at laundering your money. I'm Ukrainian comedian and expert thief. You know, his wife just bought a Bugatti, I believe. Let's
Don't
look that
worry
up.
about it. Anyway,
Good.
Mr. President Putin.
President
He's gonna beat
Putin. Look how he says it. And this is the problem: is that the way he's saying it was so much confidence. Like he feels like, oh, I'm on fire. I'm back to being baby Joe Biden. I'm the young Joe Biden. I'm big boy Joe Biden. And he's like, President Putin, President Putin. It's because his brain is not able to comprehend what is really happening. And it's not even like, I'm not even saying that as an insult, because there's no need to insult President Biden. It's obvious that he's having some sort of mental dexterity issues. And it's really not funny because, you know, I have an older father. I would be, you know, not that my dad forgets a bunch of stuff, but that's probably going to happen at some time in some place where, you know, it's not fun having a person that at one point, Joe Biden, say what you will about him, selling out our country. He was a smart guy. Oh, crap. Did it start? Did it start? Oh, okay. It didn't start. Well, gosh, I don't know. Nobody's telling me. So, my point is, at one point, Joe Biden was a great politician. I mean, he's a good politician. He got to the freaking White House as a vice president. He's no slouch, okay? And now he just can't string a sentence together. Like, let me see if we can. I guess I could pull something up on YouTube. Like I said, of course, the White House is late. What do you expect? America's running 15 minutes late. I'm not going to make a joke about KJP. I'm not going to do that right now. That would be low quality, low class of me. The press secretary, yeah, sometimes she's 15 minutes late. It has nothing to do with what you think it does, okay? All the freaking racists in the chat. I'm sick of you guys insinuating something like that. Like, oh, it's normal for the White House to be 15 minutes late because XYZ. No, I'm not going to allow it. Not on this program. Not tonight. And you guys, if you're thinking that way, if you're even thinking about, oh, this ethnicity's later more often than this one, you're the racist. I don't even think about that. I've never even thought about that thought. I think about it because I read you sickos in the chat saying that, and I disagree with it wholeheartedly. And them being 15 minutes late, 30 minutes late for a job interview, for the most important press conference. Oh, Cecil says, look at this. Cecil says, okay, Cecil, I do want to come on. I probably do need to hop on for a second, but I will hop on for just a few minutes, but I'm flying to Tampa, and we're taking the 5 a.m. flight. Literally the 5 a.m. flight. It's ridiculous. I don't even want to show you my boarding pass. So we have to board at 4:30, but I will. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I will hop on because I do miss talking to you, Cecil. And we got a lot of drama to talk about. Oh, my gosh, we have a lot of drama to talk about. So if you guys want to see that show tonight, we're going to be talking about it. If you guys want to hop in the chat. Okay, now I'm still a little frustrated. We're about to go live on Twitter, too. I'm just so mad that this thing's not starting on time. And people are trying to insinuate it has something to do with somebody's ethnicity. And that's not okay in my chat. I don't want you to ban those people. I just don't want you guys to read those comments. I want you to just Jordan Peterson style, ignore it. Ignore it. All right? Jordan Peterson knows. I just dropped my phone and it kind of hit me in my inner thigh area and it was kind of sensitive and kind of tender, but it's okay. Okay, look at this. Whose ethnicity? Exactly. We don't even talk about ethnicities. We're all the same ethnicity to me. United States of American ethnicity. All right. That's it, what ethnicity we are. Look at some people in the Twitter chat are talking noise. You guys can't even see this. Look at this. Hey, Zionist? Hey, Zionist? What are you talking about? Everybody's hating on the pimp on a blam. Y'all know I criticize Israel, but we got to have Israel's back in some sort of way, too. I mean, what do you guys want me to say? You want me to join gays for Palestine? I mean, gosh, I think we should be able to tease both sides of any freaking huge war. These people, these false accusations, I deny them wholeheartedly, steadfastly deny. All right? Thank you, you haters in the chat. People want to freaking demonize the pimp on a blimp. I'm not okay with that. You can go demonize somebody else. Actually, I don't even care if you demonize me. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to demonize the president of the United States. We're going to show and have respect for Joe Biden because, yes, I know his brain has become a potato. He is now just basically a reanimated corpse going through life, hopped up on all kinds of speedballs to keep him up and then, downers to keep him down when he needs to rest, when it's time for the ice cream social. And that's what's going on. And I'm not surprised because I'm a conspiracy theorist and both sides are just dog caca. If we're just going to be real and call a spade a spade, there's really no good guys in this equation. They give us the illusion like, oh, I'm voting. I'm getting this good guy in office and they're going to fix XYZ. False. They're not going to fix anything. All the Republicans in Texas are still going to let the immigrants come. They're going to slow stuff down. They'll slow stuff down. They'll give us the appearance like, oh, they're drilling more wells in the Gulf of Mexico. Gas prices are going down. Great. That's a simple fix. That would help the economy. That would make it so much cheaper for shipping. All they got to do, we're in Texas. There's enough oil and gas to go around for everybody, pimp. But yet, they don't want that. When Trump was in office, we had cheap gas. A lot of other stuff was bad, though, but we had cheap gas. Okay, Scott Sarbert, look at this. And now they want you to have a freaking electric car when all these electric cars are being charged in power stations that are run by gas or diesel generators. Give me a break. They want to be able to control you. But, Scott, I love that. I'm a Steinist. I don't know what that is, and I don't even want you guys to be that. You know that I say that all the time. I'm not a role model. I mean, there's some stuff that I do that I think other people should do, but definitely not everything that I do. Dog, I'm a pimp on a blimp. You can't live this lifestyle. I don't want you living this lifestyle. Like, look at this. Look at this. Everywhere I go, you don't want to just have a kitten all around you all the time. You realize what this is like, the stress? This cat's peeing on stuff, crying for food, always bugging me for whatever. We feed them unlimitedly, and they have an excess diet where they want to be picky sometimes when they have plenty of dry food. Do you realize that internal struggle with a cat, especially a kitten? You don't want to be primetime 99 pimp on a blimp. You don't want to be that, okay? Look at this. Did we get another? Gregor, we can't say that other word because I don't want to get kicked off YouTube. Gang, boo-boo. Thank you, Officer Papa John's. We love that. Thank you, Officer Papa John's. All right, guys, the numbers are going up. We got a lot of people watching on Twitter. We appreciate that. Have fun with the senator in Tampa today. What is this? This is a Twitter comment. Thank you on X. Yes, the senator is a person that performs at he dances at a gay nightclub in Tampa that Bubba the Love Sponge tricked me into saying that we're going to, and supposedly we're not going there. I hope that doesn't ruin anything, but I don't know what the hell we're doing. But I know that I'm going to be at Raymond James Stadium tomorrow with a cash cube and Bubba Army. We're going to get people to sign up for Bubba Army. We're going to get them to sign up for the Pimp on a Blimp. There's going to be all kinds of weird cast and characters for you to meet. So if you're in the Tampa area, please come and say what's up. All right. That's what I want you to do is I want you to come tap in, as they say. All right. Look at this. They have great chicken thighs at the gay bar. What does that mean, Sarge? I don't know what that means, Sarge. I don't know what that means. All right. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Natalie McClendon. I'm coming to see you guys. We love that. Thank you, Natalie McClendon. We love that. We definitely want you to come and hang out. Oh, Natalie and her husband are very nice. Hey, we have a lot to talk about, Natalie. You remember you met Hank. Rest in peace. I believe you and Hank were friendly. Hank was the best. He was friendly with everybody. Weren't you just playing Vampires in the Woods? Grow up, buddy. What is this? I just missed it. Where is it? Where's the super chat? It's actually, the chat's moving pretty fast. So there you go. Look at this. Weren't you just playing Vampires in the Woods? Grow up, buddy. Love the stream. Pimp on a blimp. 69, 69, 69, 69, 69, 69, 69, 69, 69, 69, 69. All for 99. And I'll take it. Thank you so much for the $5. What was the username again? Blaze5005. We love that. And we're on the Blaze right now. Thank you guys for being here. We got a lot of people watching, which I do appreciate. But I don't appreciate how late the freaking Biden cabinet is. Am I missing it? Make sure we're checking that, because we're on the official White House YouTube, and they probably don't even know how to run a YouTube page. Of course. Oh, push back to 6 p.m. I'm getting a text. Well, that's good to know. Okay, well, we got a lot of stuff we can react to. I just now read that. I guess I could have looked up that earlier. But let's go back to these gaffes. Look at Biden will be late to his own funeral. That's terrible. Oh, I love this. I just ran into your channel. I love when you went to the Palestine protests exposing them. Good work. Tata Goya. We love you, Tata Goya. All the love, Tata Goya. Thank you so much for representing the Pimp on a Blimp and supporting with the $5. That is no small amount. I appreciate every single super chat. I mean that. All right. Now, look at all these chats. Look at all these chats. It's hard to me. We're having just the chat show. I love it. I love when the audience is vibing like that. That's what we need. It's just good vibrational energy. Oh, crap. I meant to call. Well, maybe we can call her in a second. I guess we got time. We might be talking to the vice president after this, if you guys know what I mean. So y'all got to stay tuned. Now, let me go to YouTube. Oh, excuse me. I meant to go to X. Got to go to Biden. Of course, it's pushed till freaking 6 p.m. Give me a break. These people can't do anything on time.
President of Ukraine, who has as much.
That's a short one. I need the longer one. The Antonio Brown clip was the best. Look at this.
Of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has
you guys can't
determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. We're going to beat President Putin.
He did.
Now I want to hand.
Look at Zelensky. Look how weird he looks. He looks, what is it? What do I do? Control plus? That's not how he's doing. I don't know. But look.
Hand it over to the President of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. We're going to beat President Putin. And now.
I mean, these people are insane. $10 super chat, Sandman. Trump has posted his 50 rules for immigration when he comes back in November. If you want more information, look up Trump Rule 34. Thank you, Sandman102. We need to look that up. Thank you, Sandman102. Love that. Oh, look at this. Rob Green, Bubba Army and Pimp fan. I know that's what you meant to say. You put Pimp. It's okay. Probably on some Delta 9s. Or if you're in Tampa, you might be smoking on some medicinal. I don't know what you're doing, but I know you're having a good time when you're donating $2. And I mean that. Because that means you want to, get the donations going. You want to lubricate the engine so all the gears are just, pumping up and down as smoothly as possible. And that's why I appreciate the $2. I appreciate the $2 as much as the 10. Now, the 10, you're going to get a little more, accoutrement with it. You're going to get it longer in there. You're going to get it a little more notice, different color, this and that. But every amount is greatly appreciated. Even the $1.99. Because I know you're just out there trying to spread that good vibrational energy. So thank you for that. All right. Now, let's get back to what we were saying. Biden can't talk. They push it back 30 more minutes? They push it back 30 more minutes? You got to be kidding my A. All right? I doubt that. Is that really the rumor? Let's see if somebody texts me that. What did somebody say? Somebody sent me something weird. Oh, so they said, okay, that was a weird text message. Well, we're not going to look that up. I guess whatever that guy said to look up is weird as hell. I don't know. I have no idea. So I don't endorse it. I don't know what it is. I don't denounce it either. I don't know what the hell it was. I'm just saying I have no idea. He gave a $10 super chat. I read it. Now I feel like oopsie poopsie. I got to freaking fact check everything. I don't know. Look at this. All right. Plano is owned by the pimp on the blimp. Mayor Stein, Blimp Life. Thank you, Rep Pack 112. Oh, Rule 34 is a pornography site. Okay, do not go to that website. That is a pornography site. Thank you for that, for exposing that. I appreciate that in the chat. So do not go to that website. What is going on? I'm just trying to do a damn stream and everybody wants to show everybody else's butthole on the internet and vagina and penis. What's going on? Why do you get pleasure out of that? Porn bombing, showing other people nude photos. Like there's a guy just at Dollar Tree cranking it on a girl's leg. That's where we're at in society, where people are just so sexually desensitized. They got to go to Dollar Tree, the lowest grade store on planet Earth, but still human shop there. Humans work there, but you have no care for humanity because you watch people on the internet for $5 do the most disgusting stuff. So you feel like, oh, well, everybody's, the same as these people that I watch that are getting exploited on the internet, which is not the case. So now you got guys out there cranking it next to just nice customers. And I mean, what's going on? I'm trying to shop. I'm trying to get my shampoo for $1.25 because they raised it. It's not this Dollar Tree, but it's $1.25 tree is what they should call it. That's neither here nor there. What is happening there is people are cranking it and getting their load on people. What the hell is that all about? That doesn't even happen in Africa. I imagine in Nigeria, whatever country, that would be unacceptable. But in Philadelphia, it's like the most popular thing on the internet for a day. I got to calm down. You guys know I got to calm down. But I don't know. We're in a society where people are just like always trying to get other people to look at porn, tricking them into looking into porn. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, somebody looked at porn. Ooh, I'm the porno comedian. You're sick. You're sick. Okay? Oh, I want to trick somebody into seeing boobs. In theory, yeah, everybody likes to see boobs, but if without their consent, it's not cool. Look at this. Look at this. All right, I like this. Boondock Saint 1. Hey, you look like Star Trek The Next Generation. I like Star Trek The Next Generation. Deep Space Nine and Voyager are good too. Boondock Saint 1, I'm a fan of my man Vic Mignogna, and he did the Star Trek extended scene. So I've seen clips of his. I'm not William Shatner. I know a little bit about Bill Shatner. I know, he fought famously with George Takei, who's annoying as heck now. So, it's kind of cool that he had beef with him. But then, he did that whole stunt where he went up in the jet and, went into space and all that. Come on. Come on. He's like 95 years old going to space. And he looks great for 90. So God bless William Shatner, Bill Shatner. We got a lot more super chats. Wow, look. Oil Museum in Luling, Texas is woke. You should go there. All right, Grand Lord Kaching. He's got that oil money, dog. Got the Texas oil money. I like that. All right. And then what is this? No! Crane gets a Trump R34 Stop it, Sandman. Do not look at that website. Gosh almighty. What is going on, Sandman? You're sick. You're sick. You're trying to you're paying money to trick people into looking at fake Trump porn. What is going on? Stop. Okay? Gosh. It's starting to freak me out. It's starting to freak me out a little bit. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. Nobody's got anything better to do. Nobody's got anything better to do besides trick people, donate money so people look at pornography. Give me a break, bud. What kind of wood do you use in your fireplace? Well, we use a nice, I'm a pimp on a blimp, so we use old mahogany woods, the wood of mahogany trees, the strongest, most densest wood that you can actually use. And they tear down a lot of nice houses in my neighborhood because it's getting gentrified. So I go in these houses and I get all the mahogany from their libraries and their bookcases, and I'll burn that. It smells terrible because of all the paint and stuff that's on the mahogany that I steal from their house. But it works. So thank you for the $5 super chat, Mr. Buttons. Okay. Guys, we're crushing it tonight. We are crushing it. The chat's rolling. We're getting super chats. But like I said, who is not crushing it? Biden. Except he is crushing up Adderall and probably tooting and booting. All right, Biden's still sleeping. 45. Look at this. I like this. Biden's still sleeping. 45 minutes till he shots himself. Yeah. He probably already has shot himself. It's kind of sad, though, right? Isn't that sad? Oh, yeah, Joe getting cocaine from Hunter, probably. Isn't that sad, though, that our president is just a running joke with people on the left and the right? That Joe Biden is defecating into his Depends, his adult diapers? And people wonder why they can't afford a single-family home, why they can't afford to fill up their gas tank, why they can't afford to go on vacation once a year. I think in Canada, some of these other countries, I think they give you a week off for vacation. They give you vacation money. I don't know. I think some other countries do that. My point is, they're working us to death. We're spending all this money in taxes. They ought to have cheap flights from Dallas to Florida or Dallas to wherever, California. Everybody deserves to go on a trip and do something, even though traveling now in this day and age sucks because all these planes are freaking crazy. I'm going on 7 flights in the next 7 days. And oh, wow, $20 super chat. Look at this. 51 former intelligence officers say there's nothing wrong with Joe Biden. Yeah, just like they said that freaking laptop was Russian disinformation. Well, I mean, that is what we're always facing. It's always going to be an uphill battle. We're never going to get the truth. And when you have these people that are the intelligence agencies, that's how intelligent they are. They're intelligently lying to us. They are intelligent at lying and misconstruing the truth and gaslighting us. I've always when that word started to become popular, I was like, gaslight. It's it means to lie. It means to lie. But the government is, we probably overuse that, but the government does gaslight us. They're the definition of gaslighting. What is Sandman? No. What is Sandman trying to do? Thank you for the $20 super chat, Circus. Sandman, I swear, dude, you're donating all this money, and then would you rather watch a tree grow or no? Sandman, you're sick. You're sick, Sandman. Stop it. Call your drug and alcohol counselor. Go to a meeting. Why is he doing that to us tonight? We do appreciate the $10 super chat, though. We do appreciate that. Look at this. Do I think Hunter tapped Jill? He's such a sexual pervert. I don't, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's looked in her panty drawer. Hunter's definitely looked in Jill's underwear drawer for sure, 100%. I don't think that he's fornicated or even done anything past, just normal stepmom hugging or whatever. Maybe he's kissed her on the cheek or something. But he's definitely looked at Hunter Biden looks at everybody's underwear. He looks at the guy's underwear. He goes in there and just sniffs all the underwear. He's sick. Hunter Biden's sick. And then he uploads it. Okay. Then he uploads it and he does crack. So he likes crack to smoke and he likes your underwear that's been in your crack. Now, I'm not making that up. You can fact check that. So sometimes you guys don't want to fact check me, which is fine. I mean, I'll allow whatever you guys want to do. Wow, look at this $5 super chat. Alex, check C-SPAN. Biden introduced Zelensky as Putin. You know the deep state wants him out if C-SPAN is posting Biden gaffes now. I know. Well, look, we just had that up. I mean, look, I can just pull it up again. We just had that up, but it's just so ridiculous. I don't even know how many times I can just stare at it and watch it because it's so embarrassing. And once again, we've watched it already on the stream, but let me pull it up right here in the meantime.
I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. And now I want...
Thank you, hey you. Thank you, but let's watch this.
I hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much...
Somebody said Biden team just canceled. There's no way.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
There's no way the Biden team just canceled. There's no way. There's no way. I'm afraid to... Whoa, a $30 or $27.99 super chat. I want to look on Twitter, but there's like sexual stuff on Twitter. Hold on. Let's see if it's canceled. Let me search canceled. But we got to get to that super chat real quick. Thank you so much. Nothing but the North talk. Let me see. Look at this. Hello from Canada, Alex. Can we deport Trudeau and Biden to Cuba? Is it something possible we can get rid of for good? Thank you. Nothing but the North talk for $27.99 Canadian, which that's easily $24 American or $20 American at least. And so I appreciate that. It's heavy hitters. You guys have been super chatting like crazy. If somebody can put an update, I don't even know if Jimmy or Brandon, if they're watching, if they know how many we've gotten super chats, but we've definitely hit that goal, dog, that Biden goal. But I don't know if this is really canceled. Let's see. I think they would take down the stream, right? But I talked to Kyle Kemper, who's Trudeau's half brother, and he kind of did make some good points. Is that Trudeau's basically just a puppet. Like, of course, Trudeau's evil and wants everybody, he will spread the agenda of whatever his leaders and the elites above him will tell him to do. But he's kind of just a useful puppet, and that he's probably actually kind of more normal than we give him credit for. Or maybe not normal is the right word, but he's more human. Because Kyle Kemper said when they were saying like F Trudeau and they had those big things in Calgary or Toronto or wherever, they were all over during the trucker protest. He said it hurt his feelings, and he said that he knew that would hurt Justin's feelings and that Justin's not immune to it. So he sucks. He's going over there and going to this, the Indian graves, the orphanage graves. And he's wearing blackface and stuff. He has his faults, but he's probably not as bad as we say. He's just an idiot. That he's just the quarterback. He's not really the coach or owner of the team. He is the quarterback. He's the face of the franchise, but he's not actually calling the shots. Like in the game, he can go and do live speeches. Look at the quarterback's responsible for playing good games. He's responsible for putting out this outward appearance, making the team look good, but he's not the guy that's signing and cutting players and making deals. That's the general manager. That's the coach. So I kind of look at Trudeau as like the quarterback. Still sucks, but Kyle Kemper humanized him a lot more to me. But yeah, if we could deport him, he is Fidel Castro's son anyway. He should go to Cuba with Biden. Okay, look at this. We get another $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Oh, yes, and look at this. Everybody needs to join the Chat Rat Discord. We need you in there, spreading the good vibrational energy. Wait, what happened? Well, what's going on? Did it get canceled? Wait, did it actually get canceled? Did it actually get canceled? Can people confirm that? Let me look on Twitter. No way. There's no way. He's dropping out if it got canceled. No, I don't see it. I don't see anything. It's just delayed. I don't know. I think it's just delayed. There's no way they're canceling it. There's no way. I mean, maybe Joe Biden freaking just went back there and shit his pants again, and they're out of adult diapers, and I don't know. Okay, F Mary and thank you, Kirkland Reds 100 for being gracious and not getting us kicked off YouTube. Shuley, Bob Levy, and KB. Well, this is probably easy. I would probably, huh? Probably marry KB because he's got the biggest credits. Probably in Bob Levy and F. Shuley. People are watching this have no idea who those guys are. There are well known. Shuley worked for the Howard Stern show for like 15 years. KB's Kevin Brennan. And Bob Levy was a comic that was touring with Artie Lang and a bunch of people and Shuley during the Howard Stern era. And he got kicked off the show for basically threatening Howard. So that's kind of why I guess I would say and Bob Levy, because he threatened Howard, even though Howard sucks now. But hey, that's a tough quiz. And you know what? I think I answered it to the best of my ability. Okay, now, do we have any more? Are we getting another super chat? Did we get more super chats? Well, look at this. Patrick Power, pimp on a blimp is a simp for AOC. I'll take it. AOC, you know, AOC's an idiot. Her policies and her abortion stance suck. But I do feel like she's probably more genuine than a lot of the other politicians on Capitol Hill. I mean, look at Dan Crenshaw. He's like, oh, I'm a conservative, but he's voting against, impeaching Merrick Garland. He's just a rhino. He's not even a rhino. He's just a globalist. Like he sucks. So, and he probably sucks more than AOC in my opinion. So that's why I kind of like, not that I really like AOC, but I'm more fond of her than a lot of other people. I'll tell you that much. And she helped me out a lot by posting all those pictures of me yelling at her. So look at this. This is a funny one. Mr. Kill Everything, $2. I love you, Mr. Kill Everything. He was good on the show the other day. Would Stuttering John go to Epstein's with Clinton? Stuttering John, if Bill Clinton and them told him to go now, if Jeffrey Epstein was alive, even knowing what he knows, he would go. Stuttering John loves the Hollywood lifestyle. He misses it the most. That's why he stayed in LA for so long. And now he's going back to New York. He's back with his mom. He's probably going to get rid of that house in Florida that's built on a swamp. And I'm not saying that in hate. I think Stuttering John actually is kind of made a name for himself again. It's had a rejuvenation. As much as people tease him, Shuley and all those guys give him grief, they need Stuttering John. So Stuttering John is a commodity, in my opinion. And is he as big a commodity as oil and gas? No, but on the internet, he's kind of oil and gas for these other channels to run and grow. So I would say that they should be a little more appreciative of Stuttering John. And I'm appreciative of Stuttering John because he makes me laugh. And I see these clips and I like Stuttering John. Is he the nicest guy ever? Is he easy to piss off? Yes. Is he, a loose cannon, as you would say? Yes, 100%. But that's why we like him. So, yeah, he would go, though. I'm not even saying that Stuttering John is a kiddie guy into kids. I'm just saying he would go for the clout. So he could talk, oh, I'm friends with Howard Stern. I'm friends with Jay Leno. I'm friends with Bill Clinton. He would take a picture. He'd post it. 2 seconds. He would. That's not even a diss. That's just that's what would happen. Thank you so much. Wow, $20 super chat. Look at this. Brad Hummel. Oh my gosh, I donated a prime time Alex Stein, mother freaking pimp on a blam. Brad Hummel all day long. Give me that money. See, I got that gold in my mouth. I got them gold teeth. I need that money for that gold restoration. I do think I have to get them restored because I'm a crazy man and I eat like a Wolverine. Thank you. $20, Brad Hummel coming in hot. And guys, if I miss one, make sure to remind me, please. I know that's my responsibility, but sometimes I kind of miss one. And I do feel bad. Predict should start a market for Biden. Convinces Americans that he's as sharp as a tack. Starting price is $1.50. LMAO. Well, a lot of people that bet on Biden to win the election are going to be very sad when he pulls out. I wonder how that works for the bet. I mean, I guess if they bet on him, he doesn't become president, they lose the bet after November 5th or 6th, however, that whenever they call it on the gambling sites. But I think on the gambling sites this past year, they didn't call it for a little bit after, right? Because there was a controversy. So people are going to be mad they bet for Biden. Kamala Harris is probably a good bet. Like, I obviously think Trump's going to get the most votes, but they're probably going to cook the books. Look at this cat. This cat's gonna cook the books. This cat's gonna cook the dang books. Thank you so much. Gosh, guys, we're just crushing it today. Money in the bank, shorty what you drank. I think I gotta find another super chat. Where is this one? Okay. Doesn't make sense. Tired Ferguson. Doesn't it make sense for us to ban dual citizens from holding any government position? Would you vote for that amendment, Mr. Stein? I do think that this would be very good because we have dual citizens with multiple countries, with Elon Omar, Somalia, a lot with Israel, a lot with whatever. Do I think we should ban it? I mean, yeah, I guess you should have an alliance to America, but there are weird circumstances where somebody was like born in a foreign country and they moved to America at a young age. And I don't think that they should be barred from running for politics, even though they're born and have a citizenship in a different country. So I don't know. It's kind of a tricky situation. Most politicians do not have an alliance with America. That's why we are facing what is called globalism. And I know that you're smart enough to know that, Tired Ferguson, but if these politicians, like, say what you will about Donald Trump, say what you will, it's got as many flaws as possible. Everybody's got flaws. But one thing that nobody will debate me and win, they will always admit that Donald Trump loves America. And some people say, oh, he loves himself more. Trust me, he loves America. He likes being a part of America. He's built his legacy in America. He's proud to be an American. And I don't think a lot of other politicians you could say that for. And sometimes, I love being American, but sometimes I'm a little frustrated with America because of what they've done. So I don't know. Sometimes my American pride, I'm just like, gosh, it's hard to be proud to be an American today when your president's just pooping his pants and just the world's going to crap and the government's taking all my money out of my paycheck. They're taking a lot of my money. Not that I'm making that much, but they take a lot of it. And I don't really get much in return. And so it does make me frustrated. But even with all that being said, I think you can never, ever doubt Donald Trump's love for America. So that's why I like him. But should we ban all dual citizens? I don't know. Maybe if their citizens were originally American and then they went to... It depends on which citizenship they got first. Well, because if you got a foreign... Like, let's say you're a military brat born on a military base or something like that, or, I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, it sounds good in theory. I'm American first, but... it is what it is. Wow, we got some more super chats. Damn, dog. Pimp on a blunt. We need to go live more. It's nice to be able to interact. I know on the show sometimes you can't interact. Look at this. FJB. We love that. FJB, Obama's husband. Thank you, Michael, for that. Look at this. You missed my other super chat. I'm poor super pimp. Okay, My Beavers Unit. I'm sorry. I'll go back and try to find it. We got to get to these other super chats, but My Beavers Unit, I will find it, and I apologize. And repost it, Morgan Elizabeth, and I'll pin it as she reposts it. Okay. Oh gosh, look at this, dog. We're cooking with gasoline tonight. Look at this. $10 from Blake Norman. The Biden went down to Georgia looking for a vote to steal. He was in a bind and way behind and was willing to make a deal. And now, the devil went down to Georgia. I can't really sing, but Biden went down to Georgia. Let's see if we can find that on YouTube. We're definitely going to get a copyright strike. That ain't good. Devil went down to Georgia. Let's see if we can do karaoke version. See if it'll let us. Look, it's Carafun. Oh, of course. I'm logged in under the Primetime Stein, so we got to hear a commercial. Remind me that make sure I don't miss any super chats. See if I can do it right. 4, 3, 2, 1. The Biden went down to Georgia. He was looking for a vote to steal. He was in a bind and way behind and was willing to make a deal. When he came across his young man son on a fiddle and playing it hot, the devil jumped on the hickory stump and said, boy, let me tell you what. All right, I can't freaking... Y'all know I can't do this. You guys know I suck at karaoke. I'm better at improvising rap. Improv rap, freestyle rap. But thank you for the devil went down to Georgia. And it's Biden went down for a vote to steal. All right. Gosh, that's enough of that. I'm already sweating. I'm so hot from yelling and screaming. I got to calm down. But watching our president just, kind of poop his pants on the major stage by saying, oh, look at this. $1. Thank you, Trady, for the $1. Oh, what? Look at this. Did we just get a $50 super chat? Hold on. Hold on. Ricky Burke has the crippled news tonight. We like Ricky Burke. He's great. Thank you, Soda Pop. $2 Canadian. Thank you. Wait. We got to get to this. Where's this big dog? Wait. Oh my gosh. We're about to get there. F, Mary, kill. AOC, Ben Shapiro's sister, or Mama Kamal. Okay. Mary, Ben Shapiro's sister, because I'll be immensely wealthy. F, AOC, big booty Latina, and calm. So even though that's a metaphorical thing, we want the vice president to live forever. We love her. Willie Brown style. All right. Thank you for that. Hold on. Where is it? Oh my gosh, guys. When y'all come in hot like this, okay. Can Mr. Kill Everything? Why does Stuttering John support pedo politicians? I don't know, but a lot of the politicians he supports do a bunch of weird stuff. You're exactly right, Mr. Kill Everything, about that. The people he supports they're way worse than he characterizes Trump as being. Okay, missed mine, but here's it again. Trump or RFK Jr. and why? Eric, I'm going with Trump all day long. I know I didn't really love January 6th, didn't really love, the warp speed. But I do think that he loves America, and I think RFK Jr. is just kind of a hack. I mean, I'm not even trying to say that it's disrespectful, but his family's just kind of been in politics, and I don't know. He's just kind of doing it just to do it, to stay relevant. And I do think Donald Trump loves our country and would be a better president when it comes to geopolitical dealings and becoming more America first, even though, of course, he's going to be a little bit of a globalist too, just like everybody else, because that's the kumbaya good story. Hey, we're America. We're the leader of the free world. We should help everyone out. I disagree with that statement wholeheartedly, but that's not how the world looks at it. So we're always going to have presidents, whether they're conservative or liberal, that always kind of want to support globalism. Just one doesn't more than the other. Okay, hide that. Look at this, $5. Hi, Alex from DM Canada, $5. We love it. Hi, Alex. Hope that you may be able to fuel your beautiful blimp with some of my Monopoly money. It will be awesome to have President Kamala Harris. President Kamala, the mummies. Okay, we love President Kamala. Give me a freaking break. Another $5. This one it says, if you have a phrase like video showing an empty podium at the press conference. Okay, I'm at the White House feed. Let me see. I'm at the White House feed. Let me hide this. Thank you for the $5, Dustin M 800. Let me just. I don't want to skip them all. I'm going through. Look at this. $11.99. Pimp on a blimp. I'm a big fan. You make me and lots of others laugh, which you really need these days. Keep on pimping and keep on blimping. Thank you, Pinkerton 7, for that freaking. Those are pounds, so that's like $20 American, I think. Don't quote me on that. Is that euros? That's money in the bank. Shorty, what you drank? Coke Zero, aspartame, making me probably have all kinds of diseases. My man Matt Adams coming in hot with $20. Thank you. He's a mod. You see that mod wrench? Y'all see that mod wrench? Y'all see that mod wrench? Don't be a mod wrench. Just don't be a big bitch when you got the mod wrench. And that's not a shot at anybody that's a mod. It rhymes. All right. Shout out Sumo Sweezy's dog. Woo! Thank you, Drew Huntley, for $1.99. We try to get hyped up. Now, where is it? This is it. Look at this. Nikki Chan. Hi, Alex. Greetings to you from Rockwall. Keep up the good work. I've supported Trump since 2015, but unfortunately, I'm not eligible to vote. I'm a permanent resident since 1980, but not a U.S. citizen. I donate to his campaign and attend his rallies. Nikki Chan. Can we get clapping in the chat? If you guys have that emoji, whatever the hands clapping, Nikki Chan with $50. She still knows that Donald Trump is the best for our country. See, this is why I'm sometimes empathetic to the left, because look at this. She's a permanent resident, but she's not a U.S. citizen. She wants to vote. She's probably tax paying, doing all the damn things. She pays tax when she goes to Walmart. When she goes to the grocery store, they take taxes out of her, add it to her bill. But she doesn't get to vote. But that because, oh my gosh, I got to play this clip of Tucker Carlson. I mean, and this is kind of sad, and I'm not trying to disrespect. We love and support you, Nikki Chan. But this video where Tucker makes such a good point right here, where he talks about how they're letting immigrants in, and then the biggest election is only 17 million, and they're letting in 22 million immigrants. Watch this.
The numbers you need to understand. Yale University released a study last week by 3 researchers, all of them liberal, I believe, who concluded the actual number.
Whoa, $100 super chat. Whoa. I got to go back to the other ones. How do I look at just that super chat? Wow, $100 super chat. Oh my gosh, guys, that is insane. I'm just skipping over some. I'm gonna go back. I gotta go back. Oh my gosh, how do I find that? How do I pin that? How do I pin it? Oh my gosh, how do I pin that? Oh, there it is. What? E for America, you got me sweating and coughing. 99.99 on the ground all the time. 99 Alex Stein. God bless America. E for America, you are a hell of a citizen, and we are a better citizen than Joe Biden could ever freaking hope to be, because you love our dang country. Joe Biden's handle would be like kid sniffer 97, not 99, 97. And you're E for America, double ones, because America's number one, and 11's a good number, good energy vibes. Thank you so much. $100. We're rich. Okay, yeah, I don't want to miss these. When I click it up here, why doesn't it let me show it? Okay, let me go back up here. Where was the last one I showed? I think it was the $50 one. Damn, guys, we're rolling in the dough. Oh, has it started yet?
Number of illegal aliens in this country is not 11 million. It's north of 22 million. 22 million.
Started.
Fact one. Fact two. The number.
Okay, we're going to go through the super chats, but watch this. Look at Tucker Says when it comes to the illegal immigrants voting.
You need to understand. Yale University released a study last week by 3 researchers, all of them liberal, I believe, who concluded that the actual number of illegal aliens in this country is not 11 million. It's north of 22 million. 22 million. Fact
22
one.
million.
Fact two. The Democratic Party is now, as a matter of policy, calling for the legalization of all illegals in this country. Citizenship voting rights. 22 million new voters. Fact three. The overwhelming majority of first-time immigrant voters vote Democrat. Fact four. The largest margin in American presidential history was 17 million votes. 1984 election between Mondale and Reagan.
And Reagan, yeah.
17 million. You would add to our voter rolls 22 million, at least, permanent electoral majority in perpetuity. That's what this is about. It's not about making the country better, serving our labor needs, helping the population. It's about putting Democrats in power forever. That is the truth of our immigration debate. Here are the numbers you need to understand.
I mean, that's insane,
Yale University
guys.
released a
That's
study last
insane.
week by
That's
3
all you need to
researchers, all of
know.
them liberal, I believe, who concluded
And
the
like I
actual
said,
number
it's
of
not that we're against immigration, but there has to be some rules and regulations. You just let all these immigrants in. They don't have to do anything. It's just so ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. Okay, now we're still waiting for Biden to go. I love the $2. Thank you so much, Myra Green. Okay to love your country and hate the government. Yeah, love the country, hate all of the freaking freaks on, and not just Capitol Hill, but even the local government. They're all annoying. There's very few politicians that are actually good. So yeah, the government sucks, stinks. 1 out of 5 stars. That's what I'd rate the government. Look at this. Oh, I love it. $5. Omar Velez. I can't believe you guys are being so generous tonight. I really appreciate it so much. Alex, keep up the good work, homie. FJB, F the Rhinos, F Dims, and F the Liberals. Wow, Omar Velez, thank you for the $5. Look how cool he's being in the picture. Chillax with his shades on. Dude, Omar, you got the good vibrational energy. We need more of that. Thank you for the support. And dog, we got some more big super chats. I mean, we don't have any other $99 ones because the $99 don't grow on trees. I know that takes a while to grow. Kyle Z, I know you're a Download Jam Band fan. Can you talk about your fave jam shows? Last Fish show you went to? Thank you. A Pimp on a Blimp. Kyle Z, yes, I'm a diehard. I haven't been going in a while, but I love Widespread Panic. And I have been to a Fish concert at the American Airlines Arena, and it was fun. There was a lot of older adults really messed up on drugs. And that kind of made me feel weird, but it also gave me hope, oh, you can be on drugs and live for a long time. But I thought that was kind of weird. I saw a lot of 40, 50, 6-year-olds huffing balloons and taking ecstasy, which was cool in a unique way because it's older people. But usually, I guess, when I go to concerts or music festivals, it seems like the demographic is younger, but Fish was more adults. And that's why I like Widespread Panic. I felt like it kind of had a younger, hipper, not even hipper feel, similar Wookiee kind of Oh shit! Is it starting? What's going on? What's going on? Am I missing chat disabled for the live stream? Wait, babe, is it starting? I'm refreshing it. I don't see it. I'm trying to read the super chats. It doesn't say that it started. Oh my gosh. Are you guys doing a refresh prank? Are we refreshing? Are we doing a refresh prank? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's live yet. Okay. Thank you. Favorite jam bands, Widespread Panic. We'll get it. We need to get into that more. Thank you for the $5. So I mean that, Kyle. You are the man. You guys are all the freaking man or woman or whatever you identify as. Okay, look at this. 9/11 orchestrated, moon landing fake, Earth flat, Alex Stein, loved and cherished. Yup, we are so back. Thank you, Enrico Giovanazzi. Enrico Giovanazzi. Oh, we love that. That's a good energy. Canada in the house. Thank you. Look at this. What is this? What is this? What is this? Dual citizenship is unacceptable in anything related to public service and military. Get rid of your other loyalties. Done. I know Killer T Cell, but I mean, if I don't trust America, maybe I want to keep. I don't have dual citizenship, but if you did have dual citizenship, you might want it because if you got to get away from one country, you can go to the other. I'm just telling you as an individual how I guess I would look at it. And should we limit them all from being in the military? Yeah, I mean, we probably shouldn't let all these illegal immigrants just join the military, but that's what they want to do. That's probably what's going to happen. So I appreciate you for being out in front of it, but I don't know. I don't know if it's as easy as just saying, oh, you're born in a different country, but you're an American citizen. You can't run for office. But you know what? I'll allow it. Let's just ban it. If you're not born in America, get the heck out of here! Thank you for the $10, Killer T Cell. Okay. Babies, it's still saying refresh.
No.
Okay.
They started showing the stage.
Somebody said they showed the stage, I think, on another stream, on Viva Frey stream. Mr. Kill Everything, thank you for the $2. Would Stuttering John hang with Hunter and his girls? Yes. Mr. Kill Everything, you and I would hang out with Hunter. Hunter's probably fun as hell. Let's just be real. Come on. Let's not placate. Hunter Biden parties and probably is a good time. I mean, he's friends with my biological stepfather, Tucker. Look at this. It looks like the Crack House video guy is drunk. It looks like the Crack House video guy is drunk. Oh, the Crack House, like the White House video guy, is being late and drunk. I love it, my Beavers unit. That seems my Beavers unit. I don't know what the innuendo is there, but I'll allow it. Did we get another? No, that was her there. Oh my gosh, I just can't believe it. Still, $100. E for America. God bless the U.S. of A. We love that. I mean, that really, really, really is a lot of good support. Thank you for that. Okay, let's see. We got some more. Damn, you guys are coming in hot and heavy tonight. I like this. I think we need is We Are Ninja. Yes. I said, I want to be Ninja. I think Roosevelt Media News. That's everybody's favorite. I want to be Ninja. She's actually said she's going to come on the show. What is it? Calling for Biden to stay. Joe Biden might announce he's dropping out. Joe Biden, he might actually drop out. Okay, I'm getting messages that he might drop out. Let's see. This will be crazy. Let's go to YouTube. Let's type in Biden press conference. Probably look. No, that's the one I'm at over here. 44,000 people watching.
Wix.
Oh my
gives
gosh.
you the power of.
I don't want to hear your bull crap. Let's see. Okay, they're showing it. I really don't want to. I guess this is good. How annoying is that music? Do you think the orchestra can just play that long? Or there has to be playing that through speakers, obviously. There's not going to be an orchestra there. What am I, smoking crack? Maybe I am smoking the Hunter Biden crack. I don't know. Our president's about to step down, and this is going to be emotional. We're going to all start crying. Everybody in the chat has to cry. Put crying emotions. Emojis. Emotions. You can cry as your emotional feeling, but put emojis of people crying. All right. Sorry, I'm burping. I'm drinking all this dang soda. This is a lot going on. Now we got to get to these super chats. It almost feels like we're at a wedding with this type of music. Okay, look at this. Eric Spencer, Trump it is. Blimp Pimp for VP. Michael Malice for press secretary, U.S. I would love Michael Malice to be part of the cabinet. Michael Malice, he's an anarchist, but I truly believe he loves this country and he loves the world. And I don't know, some anarchist views. We're at $506 for this show. $500! Woo! Thank y'all for that. Let's go, pimp on a blimp. But yeah, Michael Malice is great. Even though he's an anarchist, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Good as they get. All right, look at this. Biden is running a little behind. Vladimir is giving him a special sponge bath. I thought he's running behind because he likes to sniff. He always likes to sniff him from the back. He's like, this is your hair? Is this your hair? Is this a kid's hair? Smells good. I'm Joe Biden. Well, we're going insane. This music's getting repetitive. Thank you, MX Cope, for the $20, man. We are just rolling in the dough. And I know there's probably a lot of people out here watching this, and you're probably like, what the heck? That's a lot of money. I'm struggling. It is a lot of money, and I do appreciate it. So don't think that I take it for granted. I really appreciate every super chat. You guys have been more generous than I think you've ever been. This has to be our highest super chatted stream. Yeah, Pre's looking at you.
There should be a tab that says fan funding, and you can see all the super chats.
There is?
Yeah, but you're not actually on YouTube.
No, I'm not on the YouTube. Yeah. No, we'll figure it out.
There's a lot.
Well, I'll try to look it up. All right. Well, we'll figure it out. But thank you so much. Look, even freaking JVT, what do you think Joe Biden is doing right now? Needles in the butt. Probably he's doing something weird. What the hell? Did we get another $100 super chat? Where are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Thank you, Ricky Lee, for the $5. Hold on. Let me go to this. Thank you, Ricky Lee. Trump Carson 2024. Yeah, I would love Tucker and Trump to be. Okay, this music is terrible. Okay, just remind me. Is he about to say something? The guy's walking out. Oh, crap. Let's see. What is he saying? What is he saying? Dude, the $100 super chat. I got to go to it. I can't even get down there. Where is the $100 super chat? Damn, how do I... Y'all are crushing it tonight. This is so awesome. What a... Oh, there it is. David Ames, fitness freak! David Ames with $100. David Ames, make me holler $100 bills. What you gonna do? Gonna buy some pills if you're Hunter Biden. You're gonna buy pills. He would love $100. His dealer would take the $100. Thank you, David Ames! $100. I'll tell you this much, David Ames ain't broke. David Ames ain't broke. A joke. David Ames in the bank. Damn, I love that. I love that. Thank you, David Ames. Okay, we missed some other super chats. Let me try to go back to those. Damn, we'll get back to you too, David Ames. We're going to give you extra freaking shine because, dog, your wrist like a diamond. Oh, we love this. Tired Ferguson, Wild Randy. Yes, shout out Fish Tank. Shout out Fish Tank. Look, I don't... Listen to this music. I can't do this. I can't do this. Look at this. Mr. Kill Everything. Oh.
The President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Okay. Let's see. Do you think this is better than this one?
Hey, buddy. Thank you. Please be seated. Well, good evening.
Distinguished guests.
We just concluded this year's
President of the
NATO
United
summit.
States,
The
Joe
consensus among
Biden.
members was it was a great success. It's especially momentous because Thank you. Please be seated. Well, good evening. We just concluded this year's NATO summit. The consensus among the members was it was a great success.
Yeah.
It's especially momentous because it represented the 75th year, the most important military defense alliance in the world's history of the world. We should never forget that NATO grew out of the wreckage of World War II, the most destructive war in history. The idea was to create an alliance of free and democratic nations that would commit themselves to a compact of collective defense. Standing together, they knew we'd all be safer. An attack on one would be treated as an attack
Look
on
at
all.
the hand signer.
Because the
Sign
would-be
language
aggressor
interpreter.
knows if they attack one of us, they'll be attacked by all of us. Sending that message is the best way to deter aggression and prevent wars in the first place.
Okay.
For those who thought NATO's time had passed, they got a rude awakening when Putin invaded Ukraine. Some of the oldest and deepest fears in Europe roared back to life because once again, a murderous madman was on the march. But this
What is he
time,
blabbing about?
no one cowered in appeasement, especially the United States. We collected intelligence that Russia was planning to invade Ukraine months before the invasion.
Well, then why didn't you stop it?
I directed the intelligence community to be a significant
And now
amount of intelligence
millions
to be
of people are
declassified
dead. You guys
so I
could
could
have
start
stopped the
building an
war.
international coalition to oppose the invasion. Then in February, some of you remember, I warned the world that the invasion was imminent. I rallied a coalition of 50 nations from Europe to Asia to help Ukraine defend itself. Many foreign policy experts thought, as Putin amassed Russian forces just 100 miles north of Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, but Putin thought it was the mother home of Russia. The capital would
What is he
fall in
talking
less than a
about?
week. But the Ukrainian people, backed by a coalition to help build, stopped them. Today, Kyiv still stands, and NATO stands stronger than it has ever been. During the week of this summit, several heads of states made it a point in their statements to thank the United States and to thank me personally. for
No,
all that
nobody's
NATO has
thanking your
achieved.
ass. You're giving them free
NATO
money.
is not only stronger, NATO is bigger because we led the charge to bring in Finland and Sweden into the alliance. And it makes a gigantic difference. Excuse me.
Damn, he's
Meanwhile,
struggling. He's struggling.
My
tonight.
predecessor has made it clear he has no commitment to NATO. He's made it clear that he would feel no obligation to honor Article 5. He's already told Putin, and I quote, do whatever the hell you want. In fact, the day after Putin invaded Ukraine, here's what he said. It was genius.
No, it wasn't. You're
was
not
wonderful.
a genius. Nobody's called you a
Somebody forgot that,
genius.
but that's exactly what he said.
you're retarded.
But I made it clear a strong NATO is essential to American security. And I believe the obligation of Article 5 is sacred. And I would remind all Americans, Article 5 is invoked only once in NATO's long
that
history.
poor guy.
And that was to defend America after 9/11. I made it clear that I will not bow down to Putin. I will not walk away from Ukraine. I will keep NATO strong. That's exactly what we did, and exactly what we'll continue to do. Now, the future of American policy is up to the American people. This is much more than a political question. It's more than that. It's a national security issue. Don't reduce this to the usual
National
testament
security issue here in
that
America.
people talk about, issues
war
of
in
being
Russia.
a political campaign. It's far too important. It's about
We got to
the
make
world
sure to
we
give them
live
all
in
the guns and
for
bullets they
decades to
need.
come. Every American must ask herself or himself, is the world safer with NATO? Are you safer? Is your family safer? I believe the American people know. The answer to all those questions is yes. And I believe the American people understand that America is stronger because of our alliances. I believe the American consensus from Truman to Reagan to me still holds today.
No,
America
you're an idiot.
cannot retreat from the world. We must lead the world. We're an indispensable nation, as Madeleine Albright wrote.
Draw a
Now
small
let me turn to
mustache
three
on you and
other
I'll
key
send you
issues.
200.
Just this morning, we had a great economic report
Oh,
showing
shit. I didn't
inflation
realize
is
this.
down. Overall prices fell last month. Core inflation is
I
the
have a
lowest it's
mustache.
been in 3
And
years.
200 bucks. Thank you, Trady. We'll take the
Prices
200
are
bucks
falling
now.
for cars,
Thank you.
appliances, and airfares.
That should
Grocery
count.
prices have fallen since the start of the year. We're going to keep working to take down corporate greed to bring those prices down further. Meanwhile, Trump's calling for a 10% tariff on everything Americans buy, including food from overseas, vegetables, and other necessities.
Shut
And
up.
economists tell us
What do the
that
economists
would
lie to you
cost the
about?
average American working family another $2,500 a year. It's a tax of $2,500 a year. Second, our efforts to secure the border, southern border, is working. After Trump killed the bipartisan effort to secure the border, Republicans and Democrats had worked on, because he thought it would benefit me and make him a loser, Republicans walked away.
Oh
So I
my
took executive
gosh,
action
this is so
last month.
boring.
As a consequence, working with Mexico,
I don't think he's dropping out,
border
though.
encounters have gone down over 50%.
I don't get the impression he's dropping out of
The
crap.
current level is lower today than when Trump left office.
Oh, shut up!
Third.
Quit talking about Trump!
For months, the United States has been working to secure a ceasefire in Gaza, to bring the hostages home, to create a path for peace and stability in
I'm
the Middle
bored as
East.
hell, too. Joe Biden's
6
rambling.
weeks
You know,
ago,
he's all hopped up on
I
God
laid out
knows
a
what.
detailed plan in writing. It was endorsed by the UN Security Council, the G7. That framework is now agreed on by both Israel and Hamas.
Oh, gosh.
So send
yeah,
my team
right.
to the
He's going to
region
solve the problem in
hammer
the
out the
Gaza
details.
Strip. Yeah,
These are
right.
difficult, complex issues. There's still gaps to close. We're making progress. The trend is positive.
Even the sign language
and I'm
interpreter
determined to get
knows
this
he's
deal done
Biden's
and bring an end to
retarded.
this war, which should end now.
He's
Let
kind
me
of
conclude
adding
where
a
I
little
began.
retarded affect to his
We're the
answer.
United States of America.
Okay.
We are
know that.
the indispensable nation.
You just called
Our
Vladimir
leadership
Zelensky
matters.
Vladimir Putin.
Our partnerships matter. This moment matters. We must rise to meet it.
Technically, everything matters, right? I mean,
With that, I'll take your questions. I've been given a list of people to call on here.
he's
Jeff
got to
Mason.
admit the list. He's not going to hide the list. Look how planned out this is.
Mr. President, your political future has hung over the NATO summit a little bit this week. Speaker Pelosi made a point of suggesting that your decision on whether to stay in the race was still open. George Clooney and a handful of lawmakers have called on you to step aside. Reuters is reporting tonight that UAW leadership is concerned about your ability to win.
UAW just endorsed me, but go ahead.
Thank you.
United
My
Auto
question
Workers.
for you is, how are you
UAW,
incorporating these developments into your decision to stay? And separately, what concerns do you have about Vice President Harris's ability to beat Donald Trump if she were at the top of the ticket?
Look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president.
I wouldn't pick Vice
Let's
President
start there.
Trump to be president.
Number one.
Well, what is the sign
fact
language
is
section?
that-
What? Why did you say Vice President
The
Trump?
consideration is that I think I'm the most qualified person to
You
run
guys
for
hear
president.
that? Vice President
I
Trump?
beat him once, and I will beat him again.
You don't even know
Secondly,
if he's your vice president
the
or not,
idea-
bud.
I served in the Senate a long time. The idea that
Vice
senators
President Trump.
and congressmen running for office worry about the ticket is not unusual. And I might add, there are at least 5 presidents running or incumbent presidents who had lower numbers than I have now.
Why does he go
later in
now?
the campaign.
He's trying to
So
get
there's
a
a long
little
way to go
risky on the
in this
mic.
campaign. And so I'm just going to keep moving. And because, look, I got more work to do. We got more work to finish. There's
Take
so
a
much,
break,
we made
bud.
so much progress.
Go to Delaware.
it.
Go to the beach.
Think about where we are economically
We're
relative
thinking
to the
about
rest
it.
of the world.
We've thought about it.
Name
You
me
need
a
to take
world leader
break.
who wouldn't want to trade places with our economy. We've created over 800,000 manufacturing jobs, 1.5 million.
Yeah, they've given
so
to
things are
illegal
moving.
immigrants,
We got more to
not
go.
even American citizens.
Working class people still need help. Corporate greed is still at large. Their prices, the corporate profits have doubled since the pandemic. They're coming down. And so I'm optimistic about where things are going. Danny Kemp, AFP.
They think they got him. A tough
Thanks.
question. That first question.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to ask you about your, you mixed up Presidents Zelensky and Putin earlier today. And you now
It's not
have
that
sort of
funny.
your key allies, including the British Prime Minister, the President of France, the German Chancellor having to step in and make excuses for you on that. And officials here are saying off the record that your decline has become noticeable. Hasn't this now, frankly, become damaging for America's standing in the world? Thank you.
Did you see any damage to our standing in my leading this conference?
Yeah.
Have you seen a more successful conference?
Yeah.
What do you think? And the Putin piece, I was talking about Putin, and I said, and now.
That's typical. You
At the
answer a
very
question
end.
with a question.
I said, here, I mean,
Answer
Putin.
it.
I said, no, I'm sorry, it's Zelensky. And then I added 5 other names. Look, guys, The idea anybody suggests that we haven't had an incredibly successful conference. How many times did you hear in that conference? I know it sounds too self-serving, but other leaders, heads of state, in thanking me, saying the reason we're together is because of Biden.
Oh
Because
my God.
Biden did the following.
He's on more crack
Look,
than
folks,
Hunter.
This is well.
This is what?
Anyway, I thought it was the most successful conference I've attended in a long time.
Yeah, well, your
And
brain is a
finally,
potato.
a world
so
leader who didn't think it was.
You're running on potatoes.
Next one. Sorry, Nancy Cordes.
Yeah, the sign language expert.
Thank you, Mr. President. You mentioned other instances in history where presidents have faced a challenge, but what makes this moment in history so unique is that it is not your enemies who are calling on you to reconsider your decision to stay in the race. It's your friends, supporters,
George Clooney.
people who think you've done a
George
great
Clooney
job
knows
over
shit.
the past
Excuse my
4
language.
years. Have you spent
Gives a
time
damn.
thinking about what it would mean for your legacy, which you've worked decades to build, if you stay in the race, despite the concerns that voters say they have, and you lose to someone who you yourself have argued is unfit to return to the Oval Office?
Well, look,
We're
I'm
looking.
not in this for my legacy. I'm in this to complete the job I started.
Sure.
As you recall, understandably, many of you and many economists thought my initial initiatives that I put forward, can't do that, it's going to cause inflation, things are going to skyrocket, the debt's going to go up. What are you hearing now from mainstream economists? 16 economic Nobel laureates said I've done a hell of a job. That under my plans so far and what's going to happen in the future if I'm reelected, that things are going to get much better. Our economy is growing. I was determined when I got elected to stop the trickle-down economic theory, that if the wealthy did very well, everybody else would do well. My dad was a well-read, decent guy. I don't remember much trickling down on his kitchen table. Middle-class people and working-class people need help.
Yeah, they do.
And so what happened is I decided to was able to implement as president what I
What?
believed when I
Do
was
what?
a senator. And that is that the way to build this economy is from the middle out and the bottom up. That way we grow the economy. And the wealthy still do very well. They do fine. And guess what? Find me an economist, a mainstream economist who said we haven't done well.
All economists
What have we
know
not
you're
done
doing
that
like
hasn't
crap.
worked?
They shut everything down. You gave
And so
jobs that
we
people
got
already
more to
had
do.
before
We
the
gotta finish the
pandemic
job.
back. That's not an increase.
And by the way, I come from the corporate state of the world. Delaware
not a
has
good
more
stage.
corporations.
It's not a good- it's not good. We don't like
registered
corporations.
in Delaware than every other state in the nation combined. I'm not anti-corporate, but
You should
corporate profits have doubled since the pandemic. Doubled. It's time things get back in order a little bit. It's time, for example, if I'm reelected, we're going to make sure that rents are kept at 5% increase of corporate rents for apartments and the like
What?
and homes
What?
are limited
What are you trying to
to
say there,
5%.
Joe?
We're going to make a lot of changes that I've been talking about because we're going to continue to grow this economy. And by the way, I know, remember how I got so roundly criticized for being so pro-union, not labor, union. Well, guess what? I've been the most pro-union labor president in history. Not a joke. And guess what? We had the Treasury Department do a study.
Luis Gomez
When
texted me.
unions
He's
do
going to be in
better,
Dallas this weekend, but I'm going to be out of
everybody
town.
does better.
Nobody's doing better.
Everybody does better. And we talk about how, for example, remember when we talked about getting the computer chip industry back in the United States?
Which is not going to
It used to
happen.
be 40% of the industry. We invented the chip.
Yeah, and we let them.
40%
We
of
let
the
China
industry
and
in the United
Taiwan have it
States.
all. Screwed
And
us
former
over.
presidents decided
Now we
that's
can't
the
even
best
make
way
a
to do it is
car.
find
We
the
can't even make
cheapest
a
labor in the
freaking
world,
washing machine,
send the product over there and import what the product was.
which is stupid.
And so what I do? I was told not to go over to Europe. To Asia.
Somebody
including
said
Europe, but
sexy
Asia.
grandpa voice. That is what
I
he's trying
remember
to do.
going to South Korea,
Dr. Long Monkey.
convincing them to invest $20 billion in the United States to build computer chip factories. And I asked why when they finally decided to do it. And the answer was because you have the safest economy in the world, and you have the best workers in the world. So the whole idea here is
Mr. Mumbo.
We've invested. There's over $50 billion in investment.
Okay, nobody gives a damn. Give it to the American people.
None of
Just
you thought that
bragging
would
about
happen.
giving other people money that don't
None of you
deserve
thought that
it.
would happen.
Don't even know what
It's
to do
happening.
with it. Give it to
It's
the
happening.
American citizens that
It's
pay
gonna grow
taxes.
economies. All three. And by the way, red states and blue states. Matter of fact, there's as much in red states as blue states. I've made no
Give
distinction.
me a break.
So my generic point is that the
My generic
idea
point is,
that we can't continue to build and grow the economy, make it fairer, is, like I said, from my standpoint, when the middle class does well, that's when the whole economy grows. The poor have a shot.
you guys are killing the middle class.
The wealthy got to start paying their taxes.
As a follow-up, sir, you mentioned that your Vice President Kamala Harris would be ready to serve on day one. Can you
Sweating,
elaborate
huh?
on that? What is it about her attributes and her
just called her
accomplishments
Vice
over the
President
last
Trump.
4 years that make her ready to serve on day one if necessary?
First of all, the way she's handled the issue of freedom of women's bodies to have control over their bodies.
That's actually not
Secondly,
good. You
her
guys have
ability to
lost
handle
abortion
almost
rights.
any
Going back
issue
to the
on the board.
state. So,
This
state
was a hell of
vote.
a prosecutor. She was a first-rate person, and in the Senate, she was really good. I wouldn't have picked her unless I
Locked up
thought
a
she
bunch
was
of people for
qualified to be
smoking
president.
weed with a 3-strike
From the very
rule.
beginning. I made no bones
Doing a
about
pool
that.
he's Clinton by next
She's
week. I hope
qualified
not.
to be president.
They
That's
might
why
as
I
well just
picked
let him run at this point. Let him run. I hope he doesn't drop out.
her. Felicia Schwartz.
I hope he doesn't drop
Financial
out. I hope he
Times.
stays in the whole time.
Thank
I'm
you,
not just
Mr.
saying that.
President. Presidency is the most straining job in the world, and it's 24/7.
I don't know. Is it hard? I mean, I know it's a hard job, but is it harder than being like
in 4
a
years,
coal
given the
miner?
limits you've acknowledged that you have today?
My hair is crazy. Look at this, $4.99.
The limits I've acknowledged I have.
Thank you so much. In
There's
a
been
county of
reporting that
350
you've acknowledged
million
that
in a
you need to go to
country,
bed earlier
350 million,
and
you
you're
can find
evening around
16
8.
people to say anything.
That's not
you're
true.
right. Just say no to Willie Brown's. Oh, name
I
head.
said
Thank you for the
was-
$1.99.
Instead of my every day starting at 7,
I
and
gotta
going to bed
stop
at midnight,
myself to stay awake,
It'd be
Joe.
smarter for me
Look,
to
I had to
pace
change
myself a
into
little
the
bit.
hand signaler.
And I said, for example, the 8, 7, 6 stuff, instead of starting the fundraiser at 9
You wore
o'clock,
his ass out,
Started at
Joe,
8
with
o'clock.
your lies. He's
People
probably
get
just
to go
like, I
home by
can't
10
keep
o'clock.
lying with my hands. I have
that's
blood
what I'm
on my
talking
hands.
about. I'm not talking about. And if you looked at my schedule since I made that stupid mistake of in the campaign in the debate, I mean,
What?
my
is he
schedule
admitting-
has been full
he's
bore.
admitting he made a mistake.
I've done.
Guess what?
Where's
Sweetie Biden,
Trump
not
at?
his
Riding
joke.
around on his
Sweetie Biden,
golf cart,
take a
filling
slam
out
for
his
$9.99.
scorecard before he hits the ball. I mean, look, he's done virtually nothing. And I don't know how many, don't hold me to it, roughly 20 major events. Someone with thousands of people showing up. And so I just think it's better. I always have an inclination, whether I was playing sports or doing politics, just to keep going, not stop. I just got to just pace myself a little more. Pace myself. And the next debate, I'm not going to be traveling into 15 time zones a week before. Anyway, that's what it was about. That's what it was about. And by the way, even with that, I love my staff, but they add things all the time. At the very end,
You're the president.
I'm catching hell from my wife.
I'm sure you
Anyway,
are. Jill is. Get back to work, Joe. Get back to work, Joe.
I'm sorry.
She talks like that.
Zeke Miller, Associated Press.
Ooh, AP. They're gonna ask him.
Thank you, Mr. President. Two
Softball
questions
question
for you.
incoming.
First, on the NATO summit, President Zelensky, in your meeting with him, he pressed you to lift your limitations on the Ukrainian use of American weapons, saying that in his public remarks afterwards, saying that Ukraine cannot win the war unless those limitations are lifted. Are you reconsidering your position on that? And then secondly, following up on Felicia's question there, leaders of your own party have said that they're not worried about that debate. They're worried about the next bad night and the bad night after that. How can you reassure the American people that you are up to the task and that there won't be more bad nights at debate stage or somewhere else?
First thing about Zelensky asking for the ability to strike deep into Russia. We've allowed Zelensky to use American weapons in the near term and the near abroad into Russia. Whether or not he should be attacked. For example, Should Zelensky, he's not. If he had the capacity to strike Moscow, strike the Kremlin, would that make sense? It wouldn't. The question is, what's the best use of the weaponry he has, the weaponry we're getting to him? I've gotten a more long-range capacity, as well as defensive capacity. And so our military is where I'm following the advice of my
exactly right,
commander-in-chief,
sign language
the chief of staff of the military, as well as the secretary of defense and our intelligence.
This is
people.
boring as hell. With
And
this
we're making a
press
day-to-day
conference.
basis on what they shouldn't go, how far they should go in.
Sucks.
That's a logical thing to do. Second question related to
Bad nights, sir. How can you reassure the American people that you won't have more bad nights, whether they be on a debate stage or it's a matter of foreign policy?
Well, I tell you what, the best way to assure them is the way I assure myself. And that is, am I getting the job done? Am I getting the job done? Can you name me somebody who's gotten more major piece of legislation passed in 3.5 years?
He was the only person that's been president the past 2.5 years.
So if I slow down, I can't get the job done. That's a sign that I shouldn't be doing it. But there's no indication of that yet.
Yes, there is.
None.
There's a lot of indications that you're not doing well.
What we got here?
Thank you for the $16.99. Hey, Alex, you pimp on a blunt. I'm a huge fan of your work from New Zealand. Regards,
Merrick.
Alasdair.
Pulaski Radio.
Alasdair. Thank you, Alasdair.
Thank you, Mr. President. How are you?
You rule. Thank
I'm
you.
well.
New Zealand. Shout out New Zealand.
The elections in the US have consequences around the world. You have pretty high standing in Europe. I just asked President Macron about you, and he said we are happy to have him as the President of the United States. But there is a concern. Many people in Poland and across Europe are worried that the former president
Thank you, Matt T.
may win the election.
Trying to do more stuff with Sam and NDE, $1 million
there's a lot of
stream.
concern that
Thanks. Thank you.
Donald Trump may weaken NATO, stop supporting Ukraine, or push Ukraine
it's not 11 million.
to
It's north of
give
22 million.
up
22
territories
million.
to Russia.
They're
Fact.
correct.
And yourself was warning just 2 minutes ago about it. So my question is, do you think that Europe will be left on its own if Donald Trump wins the election? And what's
She's
your
going to be like,
advice
yes.
to
She's a
European
lie.
leaders to prepare for possible US disengagement?
Well, look, I think, how can I say this without sounding too self-serving? I'm not having any of my European allies come up to me and say, Joe, don't run. What I hear them say is, you've got to win.
Yeah,
Can't
no,
let this guy
duh.
come forward.
Because your son is a
It'd be
felon now.
disaster.
You got to freaking
It'd be a
pardon
disaster.
him.
I mean, I think he said in one of his rallies, don't hold me to this recently, where NATO, I just learned about NATO or something to that effect. Foreign policy has never been his strong point.
It's not yours
And
either.
he seems to have an affinity to people who are authoritarian.
Yes, CR. Bad nights do mean
That worries,
bedwetting.
as I can tell you from Poland, that worries Europe. That worries Poland. And nobody, including the people of Poland, think that if he wins in Ukraine, he's going to stop in Ukraine. That that's going to be the end of it. And so what I can say is, I think I'm the best qualified person to do the job, to make sure that Ukraine does not fall, that Ukraine succeeds, that the European alliance stays
I'm
strong.
terrified too.
You may recall,
Thank you, Guy, for
no
the
one was talking
$5.
about Finland joining NATO. I remember talking to Putin right after we got elected in Geneva. And he was talking about
Thank you, R. I would love
what
for
we
Trump to
should
be the
do,
VP.
what we
That
couldn't
would
have
actually be
in
kind of a
Eastern
cool
Europe, et
alliance.
cetera. And I said, you're looking for the Finlandization of Ukraine, because you're going to get the NATOization of Finland. And about 4 weeks later, I got a call. No, that's not true. Probably 5 months later, from the president of Finland, could he come and see me
Okay.
in my office? And I
Okay.
invited him to the Oval Office.
You invited
We
him.
sat down and talked. He said he wanted to join NATO. Could I help? And I did. It wasn't automatic. And then I got a call from the Swedes. Beg your pardon?
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
And so Finland joined NATO. 800-mile border is a significant, and they're already allies.
Who
But
gives
they
it?
weren't part of NATO. And you heard, I think you heard, maybe I can't recall. What he
Now
said
I know why
publicly
Hunter does
in our-
cocaine.
In a closed meeting, but he wouldn't mind it being repeated.
Now I know why Hunter does cocaine.
He
His
said,
dad's boring as
we
hell.
decided in Finland, the people of Finland
You need a little
decided they had
cocaine
to be
to be
part of
able to
NATO.
hang out with his
was
dad.
in our interest because of the joint ability to be together.
Thank you, Franklin
to
Scheckler. I haven't
dissuade
seen
any
this.
attack
We'll
on
chat from
Finland.
you in a minute. All right, sometimes you
same
should
thing
chat,
with-
but
with
I always
Sweden.
appreciate it, Franklin. Good to see
Took
you.
a lot of selling to some
You might not have
folks,
been gone that long. But good to see you.
particularly in Turkey and other places, to agree to the expansion. But it expanded. And we're a hell of a lot stronger because of it. We're more secure because of it. And by the way, I was able to get 50 other nations, 50 to support Ukraine.
Who gives a shit about
We're able to bring
Ukraine?
about a coalition
It's our
between-
southern
in-
border, so
of
illegal
Europe
immigrants are
and
murdering
Asia,
American
Japan and
citizens.
South Korea. I just met with, we talked about AUKUS, and we talked about the relationship between Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea, the United States.
Thank you, Obama's
We're
husband.
making
He's
the
about
world
to place
safer and
his bed.
stronger because we have to
The
deal
world's
with
not
the
safer
new
or
arrangement that
stronger.
exists
It's
in the
weaker.
world.
Bad news,
The
bear.
Cold War is over. The post-war era
Thank you,
is
Wild
over.
Randy, DV,
What
and
is
Wild
going to
Randy. Thank
replace
you for
it?
the $10.
And I respectfully suggest I have a pretty good idea what that should be. I've convinced a lot of people to
He
follow
thinks this
it.
is going to get him
We're just
back on
gonna get
track, and all the
stronger.
Hollywood elites are going to jump back on the Biden train. Not going to happen.
David Sanger. Where's the,
Thank you, Mr. President.
be nice, David.
Mr. President, the NATO declaration that was issued yesterday was very notable because it described China as a decisive enabler of the war in Ukraine for its provision of critical goods to the Russians. That's part of a broader partnership that seems to have cemented in place in the past 2 or 3 years. I think one that you were a little bit doubtful of when we asked you about it
Ask me if he enjoys
some time
Powers
ago.
with his,
So I'd be interested to know whether you have a strategy now of trying to interrupt the partnership.
This is a Freemason
China
circus. You are right.
and
Thank you,
Russia.
CLIT
And
Rubs.
whether or not in a second term you would pursue that, if you could describe that strategy to
I hate to
us.
put the sign language people out of
And
work, but most
along the
trees
way,
have
could you
closed
also tell
captions.
us whether
That is true.
you think, just to
Thank
follow
you,
up on
Alexis
Felicia's question, that if you were in a room with Vladimir Putin again, the way you were 3 years ago,
Yeah.
or with President Xi, that a few years from now you will be able to go negotiate with them, handle them one-on-one?
Well, the first part of the question is, we discussed and I raised in the NATO summit and others raised the future of China's involvement, what they're going to do.
What are they
What
going to
they're
do,
doing with
Joe?
Russia.
You did illegal
in terms
business
of
dealings with
accommodating,
China your whole career. What are you
Facilitating
talking about, bud?
them, they're getting access to additional.
They
They're not
own you.
supplying,
You've
they're
given
not
them
supplying
secret
weapons
information.
themselves. They're supplying mechanisms for them to be able to get weapons. And China's position is basically, and I've spent more time with Xi Jinping than any world leader has, over 90
doubt
hours
it.
since being vice president all the way through. For real.
90 hours.
And by the
Yeah,
way, I
because you're
handed
giving
all
him
my notes.
secrets.
But my point is that she believes that China is a large enough market that they can entice any country, including European countries, to invest there.
Probably
in
because they sell
return
everything.
for
Thank you, Mike
commitments
Robertson, for the
from
$10.
Europe to do
Penis.
A, B, C, or
Penis.
D, or not
Thank
to
you
do
for
certain
$10,
things.
Mike.
What's happened is we had a long discussion about what we cannot, we have to make clear China has to understand that if they are supplying
Put
Russia,
this poll in the chat. They're Greg,
with
$4.99. Who's worse at their
capacity,
job, Biden or Jimmy?
along
Put that
with
in the
working with
poll right now. Make
North
a poll right
Korea
now.
and others to help Russia in armament, that they're not going to benefit
Thank you to
economically
Greg for $5.
as a consequence of that by getting the kind of investment they're looking for. And so, for example, we're in a situation where and we've reestablished
World
direct
leaders want to
contact with
manipulate
China.
Joe. Yeah, of
After
course.
that, remember
Right,
the
Ashley.
balloon,
Thank you
quote
for the
unquote,
$5.
going down, and all of a sudden thing came to an end? Well, we set up
Thank
a
you,
new
KK.
mechanism. There's a direct line between she and me, and our military has direct access to one another, and they contact one another when we have problems.
Pokeball, the first time you'll
The issue
ever see someone
is
speak at
that
their own funeral.
we have to
Wow,
make
thank
sure
you, Pokeball.
that she understands
Hi.
there's a price to pay for undercutting both the Pacific Basin as well as Europe, and as it relates to Russia and dealing with Ukraine. And so
You're fired. I think Trump's saying, would it be
for
better for when
example,
Trump is elected to say, former President Biden, you're
if you want
fired?
to invest in
Would have
China,
ICE
as you
deportation
know,
vehicles to
this
ride with
area
Biden.
really
I would
well.
like to see ICE
Trying to
deport
invest
him,
in
but
China,
you're
you have to
fired.
have a 51% Chinese owner.
Thank you for the super chat.
You have to make sure that you do by their rules, and you don't have the authority, and that you have to provide all access to all
I'm
the
about
data
to
and
fall
information you
asleep.
have. There was a while there, as you recall, the last administration and other
Boring as
administrations
hell, Grandpa
where the access to that
Joe.
market was enticing enough to get companies to come in.
Love you, Alex. Pimp on a
Because they
blimp.
had
Don't become complacent.
access
Stay home in
to
November.
over
Don't
a
let
billion
Democrats
people
gain
in
any
the
ground. Get out and vote Trump and
a
get
market,
registered to vote if you aren't
not a
already.
billion, but
Current
a lot of people in the market.
Thank you.
And
Thank
so
you,
they were
Trump.
doing it.
This is so
But
boring.
that got curtailed when we started saying we're going to play by the same rules. For example, the idea they don't abide by the international rules related to subsidizing products by the government.
Come on, man.
So guess what? They're
Thank you
not
for the
going to be able to export their electric vehicles
Oh
to the
my
United
God.
States without a significant
Shut
tariff.
up.
Others are doing the same thing around the world. But it is a concern. It is a concern that you have both China, North Korea, Russia, Iran, countries that are not necessarily coordinated in the past, looking to figure out how they can have impact.
Thank you for the $20, Tony Monk. It's a sign language lady is
Yes,
Biden.
I do,
you
but
notice?
I'm not
Yes.
prepared to
She's being
talk about the
condescending
detail of
when
it
she
in
does this
public.
stuff. She's being condescending.
Yeah.
Thank you for the $20, Tony. Thank you. Tone, hey.
And I think you'll see that some of our European friends are going to be curtailing their investment in
No, they're
Russia.
not.
In China, as long as China continues to have this indirect help to Russia in terms of being able to help their economy as well as help them in as a consequence of that, their ability to fight in Ukraine. The other thing that we talked a lot about is that, and I raised it, and I didn't hear any. I can't swear that everyone
Spit it out,
agreed because
Grandpa.
not everyone got to talk about it. But we need a new industrial policy in the West. For example, we talked about how both the EU as well as NATO has to be able to begin to build their own munition capacity, has to be able to generate their own capacity to provide for weapons and the ability to, it came as a surprise to some of us how we had fallen behind in the West in terms of the ability.
Angus is scratching my suit up. Angus!
Material, new weaponry.
Oh my gosh.
New, everything from vehicles to weapon systems.
Okay.
And so
Shut
one
up.
of the things that
They don't even
came
have
out of
weapon
this was,
systems without
we're
China and
meeting again
Taiwan.
with a number of my
Computer
colleagues, my European colleagues, is what do we do to increase the capacity of
what?
The West, particularly in Europe and Japan, to be able to generate the kind of ability to produce their own weapon systems.
Yeah, we don't want
Not
other
just for
countries doing a bunch
themselves,
of
but to be
weapons.
able
We
to
want to have a
generate
monopoly on that, dog.
It's the same.
Didn't I teach you that at Halliburton?
Russia's trying to figure out that they went to China and they didn't get the weapons, but then they went to North Korea. But we're going to be in a position where the West is going to become the industrial base for it to be able to
I doubt that.
to have
I think we're a little
all the
behind the
defensive
curve.
weapons that
All right,
we
guys,
need.
look, we're even
That
losing
was a
viewers
discussion
because this
as well.
crap is so boring. I don't know what else to do.
I'm not sure you answered on whether you would be ready to go deal
We have
with
over
Putin
2,000
and Xi
people
2 or
watching,
3
though,
years from now.
and that's not even including
ready to
Twitter.
do
We got
them
over
now and 3 years
2,000
from
on
now.
YouTube. Make sure to hit
Look,
that like button. We really appreciate that. And hit the subscribe. Hit the subscribe button if you ain't subscribed.
Like I said, I'm dealing with Xi right now and direct
Then
contact
with
with
Xi,
him.
Joe Biden saying,
I have
you can't retire,
no
Joe.
good reason to talk to Putin right now.
They need to
There's
talk to
not much
Putin to
that,
try to
he
end the
is
war,
prepared
bud.
to do in terms of accommodating any change in his behavior. And
Thank you,
there
Rizla.
isn't any world leader I'm not prepared to deal with. But I understand that the generic point is Putin ready to talk?
I will break
I'm
an
not ready to
expensive
talk to
TV. I
Putin
just don't have one up here,
unless
but
Putin's
I
ready to
should break an
change
expensive
his
TV.
behavior.
I'm
And
sorry.
the idea, look, Putin's got a problem.
Come on!
First of all, in this
if
war
Putin's in a
that he is
war, you know,
supposedly
Krabby's
won.
got a
And
problem.
by the way, I think, don't hold me to the exact number, but I think Russia had 17.3% of Ukraine that they've conquered. Now it's 17.4.
That's a lot.
I mean, in terms of percentage of territory. They've not been very successful. They've caused horrible damage, loss of life, but they've also lost
Trevor
over
A. Corn Pop beats Biden.
350,000
They need to play golf.
troops, military, killed or
Trump
wounded.
wants to make it strip golf,
Over
though,
a
because he wants to see
million
Biden's
people,
dong. I
particularly
don't
young
know if
people
I
with
agree with that. I disagree with that. I
capability,
wholeheartedly.
leaving Russia because they see no future there. They've got a problem. But what they do have control of is they are very good at controlling
What?
and running the public outcry that relates to how they use mechanisms to communicate with people. They lie like hell through the constituencies. They lie like hell about what's going on. And so the idea that we're going to be able to fundamentally change Russia in the near term is not likely. But one thing for certain, if we allow Russia to succeed in Ukraine, they're not stopping in Ukraine. I recommend, I know you know this because you've written about it, read Putin's speech after they moved in, what it was all about in Kyiv.
So
It wasn't about
boring!
just- anyway, read what his objective is. And anyway, but so I think that I'm prepared to talk to any leader who wants to talk.
Yeah, you will.
including if Putin called me and wanted to talk.
We need to get
Last
the
time I
predator
talked to
approach.
Putin,
Good trap
was trying
Joe
to get him
Biden and a
to
predator
work on an
approach.
arms control agreement.
Alex
related to
Rosen catching
nuclear
Joe
weapons
Biden
in
sticking
space.
a kid, a
That
child.
didn't go very far.
Look,
So my point
the
is,
other sign
I'm
language
prepared
guy's
to talk
back.
to anybody, but I don't see any inclination. There is an inclination on the
Inclination,
part of
Zach.
the Chinese to keep in contact with me because they're not sure where this all goes.
Thank you, Eric.
And look what's
Number one,
happened in
number
Asia.
two. Yeah, he doesn't.
We
even
have
know it's down
strengthened the Asian Pacific
there.
area
I'm
more
voting for
than anybody
Big
else
Booty
has.
Latinos. Thank you, RDC, for the $5.
We just put together with today. I brought on. I asked our NATO allies.
No, I'm
that
not
we bring
okay.
on
I'm not doing
a group
okay, Mama
from
Doxy. I'm not.
the
I think
South
it's pretty obvious.
Pacific, Australia,
Look at the
New
hiccup.
Zealand, Japan.
Alex, you're the best. You believe Joe will leave office
I already
after
mentioned
lost.
Australia.
Asking to use excuse.
And I met
fine. I
twice
don't know.
now, I
He's
think,
so
with the
he's so
14
mentally
leaders of the
insane. They'll
Pacific Island nations.
probably leave out of there and like a
And
stretcher
we've slowed
and-
down
or, like, a
what's
mental
going
health
on there.
facility.
We've slowed down
Thank you for the $20,
China's
Monique.
reach.
Thank you, Monique.
But there's a lot of work to do. This is a moving target, and I don't take it lightly. Assam from NPR.
Thank you, Mr. President. Asma Khalid with NPR. I have two questions. Earlier, you spoke about the ceasefire plan between Israel and Hamas. We're now looking at 10 months of war, and I'm curious if there's anything that you feel personally you wish you would have done differently over the course of the war. And then secondly, if I may, I wanted to ask you about your presidential campaign. I remember covering your campaign in 2020, and there was a moment where you referred to yourself as a, quote, bridge candidacy, a transition to a younger generation of leaders. I want to understand what changed.
Two things. Let's go back to when you talked about would I have changed anything that's happening with Israel and the Palestinians and the Palestinian movement. The answer is, as you recall, from the very beginning, I went to Israel, but I also got immediate contact with al-Sisi in Egypt. I met with the King of Jordan. I met with most of the Arab leaders to try to get a consensus going as to what had to be done to deal with.
I would vote for Biden if
getting
Trump is
more
his VP.
aid
Thank you, Q
and
Crew.
food and medicine into the Gaza Strip, and we pushed it really hard. And Israel occasionally was less than cooperative. Number one, the Israeli War Cabinet. I've been.
Yeah, I was enjoying watching
dealing with
her.
Israel
She's
since
gone,
Golda
Tony.
Meir. I've
Sorry.
saw some of the reporters around here cover me all the time have heard me say this. The first time I met with Golda Meir, I sat across from her at her desk, and her assistant was Rabin sitting next to me.
Rabin.
That's how far back I go.
You just made that
I know
name
Israel
up.
well, and I support Israel. But this war cabinet is one of the most conservative war cabinets in the history of Israel. And there's no ultimate answer other than a two-state solution here. And so what was able to be done in terms of the plan I put together was it would be a process.
Ashley Shower is better than listening to this.
And we
Probably
get
not.
the
This is
Arab
probably a
nations
little
to,
less,
particularly from
appalling than
Egypt
that.
to all the way to Saudi Arabia, to be in a position where they would cooperate in the transition so that they could keep the peace in Gaza.
This is just a waste of everybody's time.
Without Israeli forces staying in
Hey,
Gaza.
Jesus, like there's going to be some
Question from the
huge
beginning.
announcement, and
What's
he's
the
just
day after
rambling about
in
NATO
Gaza?
and some garbage
The
that
day
nobody
after in
gives a
Gaza
damn
has
about.
to be the end of the day after has to be no occupation by Israel on the Gaza Strip, as well as the ability for us to get in and out as rapidly as you can, all that's needed there. I've been disappointed that some of the things that I've put forward have not succeeded as well, like the port reattached from Cyprus. I was hopeful that would be more successful. But that's why when I went to Israel immediately after the massacres that occurred at the hands of Hamas, the one thing I said to the Israelis, and I met with the War Cabinet and with Bibi, don't make the same mistake America made after bin Laden. There's no need to occupy anywhere. Go after the people who did the job.
Protest proclaimed
You may
Sharia law in
recall, I
Northern
guess
Home.
you'll
I
get
will.
criticized
That
for
actually
it,
would be
but
funny.
I
Thank
was
you,
totally
Oscar
opposed to
Moonshine.
the occupation and trying to unite Afghanistan. Once we got bin Laden, we should have moved on.
You losing your
Because it was
shite
not-
while watching this
no
is the
one's
best.
ever
Thank you,
gonna
Bake for
unite
live.
that country.
How could I not
I've
be
been over
losing it?
every
How are we
inch
not
of
all
that, not
losing it?
every
I'm
inch,
freaking
the
bored to
entirety
death.
from
He's
the poppy
rambling
fields
on.
all the way
He's
to the
on
north.
probably amphetamines and a
don't make
little
the
bit
same
of
mistake we
anxiety
made.
medicine.
Don't think that's what you should be doing, is doubling down. We'll help you find the bad
I think
guys.
the poll was supposed to be
Sinwar and
who is
company.
worse at their job, Biden or
and
Jimmy.
all
I
this
believe.
criticism about I wouldn't provide
That's what the
when
polls.
the weapons they needed. I'm not providing them 2,000-pound bombs. They cannot be used in Gaza or any populated area without causing great human tragedy and damage. But remember what happened when you had the attack on Israel with rockets and ballistic missiles. I was able to unite the Arab nations as well as Europe.
Not really.
And nothing happened. Nothing got hurt. It sent an incredible lesson to what was going on from the Middle East. So there's a lot of things that, in retrospect, I wish I had been able to convince the Israelis to do. But the bottom line is we have a chance now. It's time to end this war. Doesn't mean walk away from going after Sinwar and Hamas. And if you notice,
Where's Hunter Biden's role in all this as
there is
the
a
illegal
growing
crack
dissatisfaction
smoking proxy for Joe
on the West
Biden?
Bank from the
Guilty as hell. Thank you,
Palestinians
Night
about
Train.
Hamas.
Bucks. Thank you, Night Train.
Hamas is not popular now.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of moving parts. I just have to keep moving.
He hasn't
make
been to a
sure that
Jerry
we get as much
Seinfeld
done as
show
we can
lately.
toward a
Hamas is out there
ceasefire.
protesting Jerry Seinfeld every show.
Ceasefire and get those. And by the way, look at the numbers.
What about ceasefire is like
in Israel? I mean, my numbers are better in Israel than they are here. But then again, they're better than a lot of other people here too.
That's
But
a
anyway,
lie. His numbers aren't better in Israel than they are in America. He's just lying. Just bold-faced lying.
Candidacy in 2020, you referred to yourself as being a bridge candidate for a younger, fresher generation of Democratic leaders. And I wanted to know what changed.
What changed was the
damn wise
gravity of the situation I inherited.
Folks. I think he does.
In terms of the economy, our foreign policy, and domestic division. And I think, I won't put words in anybody's mouth. Most presidential historians give me credit.
For what?
For having accomplished more than most any president since Johnson and maybe before that to get major pieces of legislation passed. What I realized was my long time in the Senate had equipped me to have the wisdom to know how to deal with the Congress to get things done. We got more major legislation passed than no one thought would happen.
I'm dropping out of the race. Good night.
And I want to finish it.
Yeah, if we can all
get that finished.
But we want him to stay in the race.
If tomorrow, if we had a circumstance where there was a lineup,
contact
I hadn't inherited what I did, and we just moved things along. Anyway, it's going to change.
Last question.
Oh my gosh, Angus is fat as heck. Look at Angus again. Angus is too big.
No, Josh Weingrove. I'm sorry. Was the next one? I'll give two more questions.
Thank you, Suze K.
Thank you, Mr. President. Many of your colleagues, Democrats in the Hill, are watching tonight as they assess what they want to say about your candidacy. I'm wondering how you're thinking of this right now. It seems like your answer is clear. But they're watching how things go tonight, tomorrow in Michigan, next week in Texas and Nevada. Are you thinking that way about whether how the next week or two goes would inform your?
Am I using that way?
Are you thinking that way about how the next 2 weeks go? Will that affect your decision, or are you fully determined on running in November as the party's nominee?
I'm determined on running, but I think it's important that I allay fears by let them see me out there. Let me see them out. For the longest time it was, Biden's not prepared to sit with us unscripted. Biden's not prepared to.
Well, he's even heard all these.
And so what I'm doing is, and I've been doing, I think we've done over 20 major events from Wisconsin to North Carolina to demonstrate that I'm going out in the areas where we think we can win, where we can persuade people to move our way, or people are already there. And then look, the other thing is, we have the most extensive campaign organization anybody's had in a long time.
Shut up.
We have well over 1,000 volunteers knocking on doors, making phone calls, making tens of thousands of phone calls. We have headquarters. I forget exactly how many. I want to say a number and then find out I'm off. But we have scores of headquarters in all the toss-up states. We're organized. We're moving
all the toss-up states,
and that's awful hard to replace in the near term. And so, and here's the other thing.
I can't do this. Ukraine is on life support. You guys won't pull the plug. I know, it's very sad.
Proud of what I've done in the Senate.
Very sad what we're doing.
I was chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee for a long time, and I was chairman or ranking member and chairman of the Judiciary Committee.
Okay. Ooh.
I'm going to be going down to the Johnson Library. Anyway, I'm going to be going around making the case of the things that I think we have to finish and how we can't afford to lose what we've done or
Thank you, Deb. All right, I'll feed the other one.
Civil rights, civil liberties,
Thank you so much, Deb.
Women's rights. There's that little button we have. Control guns, not girls. I mean, the idea we're sitting around, this would come on so
Control the
good
guns,
as
but don't stop Hawk.
We're sitting around. More children are killed by a bullet than any other cause of death. The United States of America. What the hell are we doing? What are we doing? We got a candidate saying, promise the NRA, don't worry, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything. You got a Supreme Court that is what you might call the most conservative court in American history.
Yeah, abortion is what kills
this
the
is
most
ridiculous.
children, Joe. Thank you in the
There's
chat.
so much we can do still.
Find it now.
And I'm determined to get it done. It's about freedom. And by the way, I'll end this. Well, I'm not going to do that. Haley has to come up too. But I remember
Who has to come
I
up,
made
Haley?
a speech on democracy in Philadelphia at Independence
Thank you for the
Hall.
$9.99, Billy Wagner. Thank you. Big
And I'm not being
thanks.
critical, just observing. The bulk of the press, what the hell is he talking about that for?
Yeah. Why are you talking about that?
You did. Democracy is not an issue. Democracy is not an issue. Except the polling data showed 60% of the people knew I was right, thought I was right.
False.
I'm not asking you a question. You don't have to answer, obviously. But do you think
Thank
our
you, Mr.
democracy is
99
under
J. Robert.
siege?
Thank you.
Based on
We
this
got
court?
money,
Do
honey.
you think democracy is under siege based on Project 2025? Do you think he means what he says when he says he's going to do away with the civil service, eliminate the Department of Education, make sure? I mean, we've never been here before. And that's the other reason why I didn't, you say, hand off to another generation. I've got to finish this job. I've got to finish this job because there's so much at stake.
We've had some discussions over the past few days with your press secretary about the question of health exams. And you said you take a cognitive test every day in this job. Are you open to taking another physical or test before the election? Governor Whitmer of Michigan, for instance, said it wouldn't hurt to take a test.
Well, look, two things.
Tests.
One, I've taken 3 significant and intense neurological exams with a neurologist. In each case, as recently as February. And they say I'm in good shape. Okay?
Oh, sure.
Although
Great.
I do have a little problem with my left foot because it's not as sensitive because I broke my foot and didn't wear the boot. But I'm good. I'm tested every single day about my neurological capacity to do decisions I make every day. You talk to my staff, all of you talk to my
you're
staff.
failing miserably.
Sometimes my staff talks a lot. But the fact of the matter is, I don't think you have them telling you that all the major ideas we've undertaken haven't been in part initiated by me. I remember with the staff, I said, I'm going to go to South Korea. We're going to get the chip. What are you doing? I'm going to get Japan and Korea back together again after essentially having hostilities toward one another since the
Love
end
you,
of World War
Alex.
II.
From a gay French conservative,
move and
trapped
see
in
if we can
socialist
expand
Castro
it.
County. Please,
You
Trump,
know,
save us all. Thank you, Jason
the only
Voorhees.
thing
Thank you,
age
Jason.
does
Really appreciate that.
is
Jason.
help you with it. Creates a little bit of wisdom if you pay attention. And so the point I'm making is, I think it's important that if the neurologist tells me he thinks I need another exam. And by the way, I've laid every bit of the record out. Hadn't hidden a thing. You ought to ask Trump for his, okay?
And the thing.
I laid it all out. And every single day, I'm surrounded by good docs. If they think
Why are
there's
you
a
the
problem,
doctor every day?
I promise you. Or even if they don't think it's a problem, they think I should have a neurological exam again, I'll do it. But no one's suggesting that to me now.
No one's
Now, I'll ask
suggesting
you
that
another
to me.
question.
I'm great.
No
My
matter what I
brain's
did,
fine.
no one's going to be satisfied. Did you have 7 docs? Did you have 2? Who'd you have? Did you do this? How many times? So I am not opposed if my doctors tell me I should have another neurological exam. I'll do it.
Okay.
But that's where I am.
You're going to fail it.
Haley Bull, Scripps.
This is the last one.
Thank you, Mr. President. You said you're making decisions on a day-to-day basis when it comes to support for Ukraine. Does that mean you have not closed the door on further considering lifting restrictions for U.S.-made weapons inside Russia? And if I may, your convention is coming up where your delegates are pledged to make you the official nominee. If they have second thoughts, are they free to vote their conscience?
Obviously, they're free to do whatever they want, but I get overwhelming support. Overwhelming support. I won, I forget how many votes I won in the primary. Overwhelming.
No, shut up.
And so tomorrow, if all of a sudden I show up at the convention, everybody says we want somebody else, that's the democratic process. It's not going to happen.
Even if that means they vote for someone else?
Sure.
The dad is right.
I'll end this with this.
End it.
I served in the Senate a long time. I understand the impetus of candidates running for local office and whether they think the topic they can help them or not. In my state of Delaware, which was a very, at least it was a red state when I started, in terms of where you now talk red and blue.
Okay.
I don't recall most of the Democratic presidents winning my state when I was a candidate.
Okay.
The truth of the matter is I understand the self-interest of every candidate. If they think that, you know, running with Biden at the top is going to hurt them, then they're going to run away. I get it. But so far, go and look at the polling data in their states.
Polling data is not good. I should pull
Look
it
at
up.
the in-depth, and by the way, I think you'd all acknowledge, and you're all experts. I'm not being solicitous about the president. You're experts on this stuff. How accurate does anybody think the polls are these days? I can give you a series of polls
They are
where you
accurate. They're
have
screwed.
likely voters, me versus Trump, where I win all the time. When the unlikely voters vote, he
Thank you
wins
for the
sometimes.
$10 CLIT
The bottom
rubs.
line
Nice
is
for
all the
stringing all
polling
of it
data
down
right
the
now,
I know, it's
which I
crazy.
think is premature because the campaign really hasn't even started. I mean, it hadn't started in earnest yet. Most of the time, it doesn't start till after September, after Labor Day. So a lot can happen. But I think I'm the best I believe I'm the best qualified to govern. And I think I'm the best qualified to win.
Okay, they're
But
right.
there are other people who could beat Trump too.
Wow,
But it's also
$20.
starts-
Thank you,
start
Jesse
from
Garcia.
scratch.
Much love from LA. I admire your
And,
bravery.
you know, we
Stacey.
talk
Thank
about,
you, Jesse. Thank you
you
so
know,
much.
money
I really
raised.
appreciate that. I mean that.
We're not
Thank you.
doing bad.
Keep up the good
We got
work.
about
You are top.
$220 million
That's
in the bank. We're doing well. So with that, do you have any want to follow up on any of that you just asked me?
Yes.
Why is that so funny?
You earlier explained confidence in your vice
Look at her
president.
profile. Yes.
If
She's
your
got a
team
crazy
came back
looking
and showed you data that she would fare better against former President Donald Trump, would you reconsider your decision to stay in the race?
No, unless they came back and said, there's no way you can win. Me. No one's saying that. No poll says that. Okay. Thank you.
This ends tonight's press
Look,
conference.
now they're also, look at him.
Thanks, everybody.
Look at it. The melee. Oh, let's see him. Look how scared he is.
This concludes.
Respectfully, earlier you misspoke in your opening answer. You referred to Vice President Harris as Vice President Trump. Right now, Donald Trump is using that to mock your age and your memory. How do you combat that criticism from tonight?
Listen to him.
This concludes tonight's press
Wow.
conference. Thank you, everybody.
Why would he just
Thanks,
consider to
everyone.
listen to him? Man, that was bad. That was bad news, Bears. We're screwed. We are toast, dog. I mean, it's just save yourselves, folks. Save your cats. I'm not even saying prep because I don't think any prep's not going to help. Joe Biden's always talking about sending F-17s or F-16s on his own citizens. That's why it doesn't matter the gun control because the government has such big guns. But wow, that was bad. That was terrible. I don't know if any of the mods can tell, but what was the total we did on Super Chats? That was an insane number of Super
Please
Chats
welcome
tonight.
President of the United States, Joe Biden, accompanied by Mayor Bowser and Director.
We know that this is the
These climate-fueled extreme weather events don't just
Oh,
affect
that's an
people's
old clip. All right. Joe Biden, biggest gaffes. Let's see that.
Dick. President. How are you, pal? Thanks for swearing at me. I tell you what, it's easy to swear at you. We've got news. Rashid Sunak is now the prime minister.
You're trying your best, but it never feels like enough.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
But guess what? We got a lot to do. You gotta say hi to me.
Look how much
We go back
sharper
a
he
long
was
way.
back then, not that long
She
ago.
was 12, I was 30, but anyway. This woman helped me get an awful lot done. At any rate,
Well, I'm sick and tired of smart guys.
I'm sick and tired of ordinary people being
Name-
fleeced.
I'm tired of
Name
being
a
quiet.
worse
I'm sick and
president. I
tired.
can't even click it.
I'm just sick and tired. We have this notion that
Name
somehow
a
if you're
worse
poor,
president. Thank you,
cannot
Phil
do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids. No, really,
What was that?
it's white kids. Poor. I'm just sick and tired. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids.
No, I really mean it, but think how we think about it. I'm sorry to take so long, guys, but everybody knows I like kids better than people. I like kids better than people. Everybody knows I like kids better than people. Now, the very important thing I told my daughter and granddaughters, no serious guys who are 30.
Okay. No what?
No serious guys who are 30.
I'll keep that in mind.
No serious guys who are 30, so you can always just be a free.
$1.9 trillion relief so far. They're going to be getting checks in the mail that are consequential this week for childcare. A lot has been happened already. Number one.
This old man is
two, I'm
trying
going
to
to fight
fix
like
the
heck. Just remind him.
finality to the entire country. Presidency is 100%.
Why would I not be for it? Guess what?
No self-winner.
Employers can't find workers.
He is senile.
I said, yeah, pay them more.
Thank you for the $5.
This is an employees
Chris.
bargaining chip now. What's happening? They're going to have to compete and start paying hardworking people a decent wage. Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Oh my gosh, CLIT Rubs.
Do you know the U.S.
Did you
solar
hear that?
company's
They're gonna
nasty
put
little
back
secret?
in chains. Guys, that press conference was absolutely embarrassing. I'm really just kind of frustrated. And I think you are right, friend of Tadpole. We got to turn him off. And I think we just got to turn the stream off. I mean, I'm not trying to be all butthurt, but I thought it was going to be some great information that he's maybe dropping out. But at this point, I just think Joe needs to stay in the race because he's not going to win. He's going to have a lot more kerfuffles or embarrassing moments on the campaign trail. So we need content. We need stuff to look at. And at least now we'll start paying attention to his campaign. Because every time there's a big event, we're going to be like, is he going to drop out? Is he going to drop out? So maybe this is like 4D, 5D chess by the Democrats to make us actually invested in this election because the whole time we think he's going to drop out, but then miraculously he doesn't drop out. And then he just stays to the end and they get a bunch of illegal immigrants to vote for him. So maybe that's how they do it. I don't know. But regardless, he's still probably a better option than Kamala Harris. She sucks. Joe Biden sucks. He will probably not win because he is so mentally deficient or insufficient, whatever the proper adjective is. I don't know, but I know that Joe Biden is a potato in his brain that is calling all the shots. Wow, another $10 super chat. Nice job. Thank you, Blood Clover, for the $10. You guys have been great. I think we had, I don't know if Jimmy texted us, but I think we got over $800 in super chats tonight. Absolutely insane. It doesn't let me look on the stream and see, but we got multiple $100 super chats. And if I miss any super chats, send me a message and I'll give you guys a shout out on the next show. When I do these live streams, I don't want to miss any of the super chats because that's what makes it different, that I can interact and pull the things up. Can someone please tell me why he whispers? I think he does that for dramatic effect and he's tired. He's like, you know, don't be with boys till you're 30. Don't be serious with boys till you're 30. Like it's some sort of, you know, acting. It's just a way to be more dramatic. He's probably done that with his family and people all the time. He probably whispers in weird meetings because, like, imagine he's in a meeting with all these diplomats and like foreign dignitaries or whatever the hell they're called. And he's like talking, and then all of a sudden he's like, I'm going to stop giving you 2,000-pound bombs. And they're probably like, oh, God, this guy's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Let's just chillax, give him some ice cream. It's dramatic effects is why he does that. And you know what? It's not one of his worst things. At least he's got a little bit of swag. I mean, compared to Trump, he's got no swag. Wow, we keep getting super chats. I want to try to end the stream, but gosh, we're getting so many super chats. You can take a good look at a T-bone. You can get a good look at a T-bone steak by sticking your head up a cow's ass. I mean, you can look at a butcher. I mean, what the hell, Joe? That's good. That's from Tommy Boy, one of my favorite. You can get a good look at a T-bone steak by sticking your head up a cow's ass, but I'd rather take the butcher's word for it, is how you say the saying. Thank you so much, Omar Velez. He sent multiple super chats. You are an awesome supporter. Okay, I like this. Sniff MTG's hair on a live for 15 minutes as a Trump fundraiser. I would do that, A1. I'll just sit there and sniff it because I would love Donald Trump. And I love you all for donating. I mean, I still can't believe how many freaking super chats. Great audience participation, great numbers tonight. We crushed it on freaking Twitter as well. We got a lot of viewers on Twitter, which is always so appreciative of me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. We're live right now. Look, it says we're at 13,000 on Twitter right there. So a lot of you guys are watching. It means the world. I love you all. Thank you, Morgan. You did a heck of a job. We will be back Sunday night for a live stream. Looks like we need to find something to react to because it seems like that worked out well this evening. And we're going to be back in the studio a lot. The new Blaze TV show launched tonight. They wanted to react to it. We didn't want to have a, both crews working at the same time. So we were able to do the stream at the house, and it worked out great. I mean, this worked out probably even a little better, if I'm being honest. We made good money. You guys were interacting. I was able to interact with the chat. I love it. Also, before I go, August 25th, I'm going to be in Phoenix, Arizona. So all my Phoenix fans, come visit me. I'm going to be at Stand Up Live August 25th. That's a Sunday. I see Dark Match Steve. Bye, lovers. A great show. Great job, Stein. Thank you, Dark Match Steve. We love Dark Match Steve. You guys got to go see his song parodies. Great. He's a good follow. Everyone needs to follow him. But I can't thank you guys enough. I just cannot thank you guys enough. This stream is awesome. We're going to do this more where we can just interact with you guys. But I love you all. Bye, lovers. Did I just get a notification? I got some notification. Did I get another message? Well, I don't know what to say other than thank you. You guys came out tonight and all the chat rats dominated. And if you want to see me in Phoenix, you can just go to tinyurl.com/Arizona Alex Stein or go to my Twitter. I'll retweet it. I love you guys. I mean that. Thank you to everybody that sent a super chat. You guys were way too generous. I'm going to end the stream. I got to go get some dinner. Joe Biden is not mentally capable of running the country. We know that, but I think they just going to keep him in the race as long as possible if they don't try to pull some sort of Hillary Clinton, gefilte fish on him. Wow, look at this, $20. Fearless price, $20. Damn, money. That's a money chant. All right, I love you guys. Peace. Good night.